iHeart radio station. The exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, credit, C-R-E-D-I-T, credit. That's credit. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. You are now listening to The Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
That's right, guys. Here we go on a Wednesday edition of the Jim Colbert Show. Thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate that, as we do every single day, and we do have a good one for you today. We'll get you caught up on what's happening out there. Deb will do that around 3:20 with Woke News. 4 o'clock hour, it's Animal House. Kathy Burns and Rodney Purvis dropped by from the Pet Alliance of Greater Orlando to talk about Frenchies.
Yeah,
And that's
most popular dog breed.
Oh, not the kissing, just the dog.
Well, you call them wing
Okay, very good.
nuggies or whatever.
All right, 5 o'clock hour, we have Scott Maxwell. We'll talk about the money from tourism tax and how it should be supporting light rail like it does in Vegas. We'll do trivia there as well. More Sticks tickets on the line. We'll end it up, you heard it here first. Your calls, texts, and talkbacks all day long. Plus, 4 opportunities for you to win $1,000. Welcome to the program. I am Jim. To my left, my lovely and very dangerous co-host, Ms. Deb Roberts.
Hello there.
Straight ahead, it's producer Jack Bradshaw.
Good afternoon.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us easily at 77031. Find us on social easily, Instagram and Facebook at The Jim Colbert Show. On Twitter, it's just at Jim Colbert Show. And, of course, all day, every day, you can check us out live in the studio at JimColbertLive.com. That's where you can click through to our YouTube channel. Give us a like and subscribe. And that, my friends, is where you can get involved with our question of the day. We wrap that up at the end of the program. And your 3 o'clock keyword is credit.
Oh, that's right.
C-R-E-D-I-T. You won't need any credit if you have that $1,000. Well, you probably will.
Yeah. I know. It's not that much.
Does not have the buying power it used to, Jack. $1,000 on the line. Credit, guys. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000.
I'll still take it.
Yeah, for sure. How you guys doing today? Everybody good on Wednesday?
Yeah, so far so good.
So far, so good. Had some pretty good rain last night. Washing away my entire property. It's fine. I'll find somewhere to live, Jack. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Did you get a tractor yet?
No, I'm getting one this weekend. Pretty excited.
Are you?
Yeah.
Did you have the overalls already?
No.
The straw hat? The piece of wheat?
Here's the thing. When you think about buying something like that, now we're finding all kinds of stuff we need it for, right? And I told her, I said,
Sure
look,
you do.
Oh, yeah, trust me. Yeah. But I am going to get some video of me on a tractor. Trust me, it's going to happen. Oh, yeah. It's a little bitty one, though. It's not like, when you say tractor, people think the same old farm tractor. It's the 2 gigantic tires.
No, you're not getting a Deere.
And the one up front. I am getting a John Deere, by the way.
Are you getting a John Deere?
I am, but you got to remember
Nothing
that.
runs like a Deere.
That's right. And you start doing the research and stuff, and you find out John Deere's a good-ass product.
Oh, I have an uncle who collects them.
The funny thing is the 2 most popular, I believe, are Kubota and John Deere. Then there are other brands like Mahindra and some other brands as well. But you start looking, really the most important thing, much like with a vehicle, is you want to be able to get parts relatively cheap. You want the service to be close.
Well,
and there are plenty of John Deere dealers near, so chances are it's a John Deere for us.
And John Deere could use you right now because they're going through some layoffs, actually.
Are they really?
Yeah, in Iowa.
Oh, they really? Did not know that.
Yeah, so...
I know all the research I did, believe it or not, most of the tractor professionals said that John Deere was the best bang for the buck, even if they were a little bit more expensive than their competitors. Get them because they last longer. They sell for more later down the road. The service is easy to find. And the
Iconic
parts,
American company.
That's right. Iconic American company. So I'm going to be, they call it...
not like that Komodo dragon.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
Fueling America's farmers for centuries.
Kubotas, I believe, are built in Georgia. But I do believe it is a South Korean or a Korean company. I think Mahindra is the same way or whatever.
Yeah.
Boy, once you start looking into these
Far East Georgia.
Man, exactly, way East Georgia. But yeah, I'll be doing that, and I got to get a front end loader, right? I'm gonna get a front end loader on it.
So you're not looking at one of these 2023 John Deere 6CD120E for $83,500?
No. This is more of a. It looks like a jacked up riding lawnmower is what it looks like. It looks like a riding lawnmower that's been juicing.
Someone's really going to town on Amazon Prime Day.
Oh,
I know.
God, I wish. Trust me,
Which
I wish.
ends today. Jack, have you taken advantage?
Yeah, have you done anything?
I've gotten a couple things.
Have you really? Did you see Ross's post today?
I did not.
It says, I don't need anything from Amazon Prime. I don't need anything from Amazon Prime. I don't need anything add to cart. Add to cart. That's exactly how I read it. Ross will be calling us today at 6 o'clock to talk about Good Sauce.
Yeah.
His 14th, I believe, 14th or 15th episode.
Why count?
I don't know. Who cares?
He's still here.
Tonight, yeah. But, I didn't get anything from Amazon Prime. We probably should have waited to get our Roomba, which, by the way, that's an amazing machine. Have I told you guys about our Roomba? We have a Roomba now. And I did not really care for the Roomba idea because I was like, we don't have...
I don't like robots. I don't like speakers. I don't like microphones. I don't like things that move around while I sleep.
I don't want anything that's going to spread around cat puke.
Well, I will tell you, the weird thing about the Roomba is if you have a 2-level floor, and our house was designed oddly where when you walk in, both the living room is and the dining room are both sunken, and so is the kitchen. But the rest of the house is 2 feet above that. So my Roomba, I have to pick it up or build a Roomba ramp so it can get up the stairs, or I have to just delineate, hey, this is Roomba Tuesdays and this is Roomba Wednesdays.
Yeah.
But watching that thing run for its power source is pretty fun. Because it starts giving up the ghost. It's like, I got to get back.
In high school, I was taking architecture classes, and every house I designed, sunken living room.
Really?
Always wanted a sunken living room.
Total pain
Look
in the
at
ass.
you, 80s. Yeah.
Total. The last 3 homes I've owned have had not the condo, but the place over here on the lake had a sunken living room.
Did it really? Oh, wait, yeah, it did.
And a sunken den. It was just down. This thing has half the houses at one level and the other half's at the other level. It's crazy.
In Florida, I'm afraid of anything that's sunken.
Yeah. Right, exactly.
Big hole!
Yeah. But I'll be getting that soon. And then, it just takes all the work away. That's the part. I can't do it anymore. Doing that.
Vacuuming?
No. The outside stuff. It's too brutal. And the property's just too much. It's too much. Probably should have bought half of it. Sold the other half to somebody else. All right, 407.
I love your real estate realizations.
Well,
they're so...
Listen, this is what happens, when you foot first into these things.
Well, yeah, foot first.
But that's how you get it done, though.
What do you mean? We have no place to live? We have to buy now?
Look, I've learned there's 2 ways to do things, right? I like planning it out, but it takes time, right? That my other half of my family, my wife's family, here's how they do things. I remember when we got this first rental property, right? This is years ago, and we were going to reno it and rental it, right? And we walk in, and I'm in there with a sketch pad, talking to my father-in-law, and I'm talking, and he's in the back, loading out some stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I think we should do this and this, and I think we can save this drywall or what, blah, blah. And my father-in-law, and this is a movie scene, walks in with a hammer and starts claw hacking every piece of drywall in there. He's like, it's all got to go. It's all got to go. And I was horrified because at that point I really hadn't done anything like that. And what he was doing seemed like let's just sell the house now. Let's just burn it down, collect the insurance. It's dead now. And what he taught me was, anything can be fixed kind of scenarios. So sometimes you have to just go in there and start kicking
That is
down.
not good,
Yeah, it is kind of good sometimes. But sometimes you just got to walk in there and just start kicking stuff down.
Well, yeah,
and
if
then
it's
rebuild
drywall.
it.
If
Right.
it's drywall. But there's some instances in life where fixing it after the fact is... That's why I was taught you measure twice, cut once.
Oh, yeah. We did that for a while. There's this drop-down kitchen thing in one of the houses, and I said, we got to get this thing out of here. It's terrible. It's dated. We want to put a nice modern flat kitchen with some good recessed lighting and make it look nice. And he goes, oh, no problem. We'll get that right out of there, right? And so we bust a couple holes in it. We look up there. We go, oh, yeah, it's just being held on by this couple 2x4s. Here, I'll do this. And what I didn't know, because I was in the back working on something else, he'd already broken 3 of the others free. He hits that 1 2x4 with that hammer, and when movie scene again, the entire kitchen, the entire ceiling drops straight onto the kitchen floor. And now I'm staring at a 12x12 hole in my ceiling. Here's the best part. Ready? No plan to seal it up. No idea it was going to do that. We had no plan, no plastic, just a giant hole in the ceiling.
Mental note to self.
Yeah, don't let me do anything.
Never, ever have Jim or your teddy bear of a father-in-law ever come help us with anything.
I will hang your door proudly.
Yeah.
You probably should keep me away from everything else. All right,
407. Right on doors.
407-916-1041. I hung some lights, and I was like, well, I got to get some social media out of this.
Oh, well, why not?
And I set up that time-lapse camera thing, my first shot at that, which is actually kind of a cool thing, by the way.
Very much so.
And I gave that to Jack, and if you want to see some fast dadding, some triple fast dadding.
I didn't post yet. I'm waiting on the final.
I got it here in a second. We'll put it up in a bit. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. More information about this assassination attempt, and it is not clearing anything up.
No.
I'm telling you, it daily gets more bizarre of how little we knew about this cat going into this, and how clearly it was evident that he had some sketchy stuff planned. Because now it's like, oh yeah, we kind of knew that he was weird, or we kind of had an idea, or we knew 83 seconds in advance, something was awry, and again, still got 5 clear shots off at the presumptive president of the United States of America. So we'll talk about that a little bit more today.
Oh, slow your roll, Sally.
Yeah. You wouldn't know.
Slow your roll.
I said presumptive. That's fair, right? That's fair.
Not presumed.
Yes.
No, there's an election.
Yeah, I understand
presumptive nominee.
I understand that. But do you guys think that he's going to get elected? Do you guys think the odds-on favorite right now that Donald Trump's going to be the next president of the United States?
Right now, the polls show he's odds-on.
I ain't listening to no polls.
That's kind of what I said it. So I'm not trying to put anything out there in the world.
Checking.
I'm just saying that's what it is.
Just slow your Trump love.
No Trump love, and it's who I go with. It's whatever it is. Major League All-Star uniforms are getting slammed today. Oh. There's a Final Destination episode whatever out there today that is unbelievable. Governor DeSantis signed some more legislation in, and this one is really unique because I'd never heard of this before. I'd never heard of this thing before, but it is really vital, and we're the 21st state to enact this, and more people are experimenting with this thing sexually. I'll tell you what that is a little later.
Whoa, that was not what I was expecting that tease to be.
What do you have coming up for news?
How am I supposed to follow up with that? All right, more Dems ask for Biden to exit. This road was named Florida's most dangerous. And ready or not, get ready for Halloween. We'll talk about that and more coming up next during Woke News.
I like that. All right, 407-916-1041. Credit, by the way, CREDIT. That is your 3 o'clock keyword. Go to realradio.fm and send that off for your chance at $1,000. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show and Deb's News.
You're listening to Real Radio 104.1, online at realradio.fm, on your phone with the free iHeartRadio app, and on hundreds of devices like Alexa, Google Home, Xbox, and Sonos. We are an iHeartRadio station.
Things are slow on I-4 this afternoon, east and westbound between Osceola Parkway and 535. Still looking at activity blocking the eastbound left lane on Lee Road at Wymore Road. No delays to report at this time for drivers who need to take the Beach Line or the Greenway this afternoon. If you run into traffic problems, just make sure you're calling the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Orange County Health Services. Measles can be serious. 1 in 5 people in the U.S. who get measles will be hospitalized, and lifetime disabilities can occur. For best protection, your child needs 2 doses of the MMR vaccine. To access vaccines free of charge and more information, visit protectyourchild.today.
Listen up, man. If you have plans to sell your home for any reason at all, hit pause, learn a little bit more about the Nickley Group. These guys are changing the real estate game. Stress-free, innovative real estate solutions for home sellers and buyers. And don't believe that news that the market is softening. Homes in this area are selling for record prices. That's easy to find out. Plus, if you're considering selling your home for any reason, that's downsizing, relocating, maybe you just need that bigger home as your family expands, contact the Nickley Group. Not only do these guys sell homes on an average for 6% more, boy, that's a lot of dough, man. They sell them twice as fast as well. Get your home valued instantly, get a guaranteed cash offer, or just list your home. Do that today at thenickley.com. Google them, 3,000 5-star reviews, and they are ready to help you out right now. So if you're looking for that next level real estate experience that includes mortgage services, moving assistance, elite marketing, plus a team of realtors that are working hard for you, it is simple. It is thenickley.com. That's NICKLEY group.com.
This earful of Rail Radio is sponsored by RC Hill Mitsubishi, Highway 1792 in DeLand.
Thank you from Fence Outlet, Central Florida's top fencing company. As we celebrate 30 years in business, we want to thank our customers for their trust and support. We couldn't have reached this milestone without you. Find out more at fenceoutlet.com.
Another insurance story from
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Funerals are expensive. Do we have enough for ours?
Yeah, I bought Smart Bunny final expense insurance.
Get up to $25,000 coverage for funeral expenses and other needs for as little as $14 a month. Hop on the Smart Bunny app now for final expense insurance. Smart Bunny Insurance.
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Your insurance super app. Insurance is sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services and underwritten by various companies. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
I'm Mark Anajar.
I'm Glenn Levine.
I'm Ellie Anajar.
And we're Anajar and Levine. Experience the Anajar and Levine difference by calling us with any of your legal needs. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando.
I'm John Morgan, here to urge you to vote yes on Amendment 3 and legalize the adult use of marijuana. There are a lot of reasons to vote yes on Amendment 3, but let me give you one more good one. Today, too many adults are sitting in our jails simply because they were using marijuana, and that is just wrong. If I was your governor, I would free or parole every person in jail for possession, and then expunge everyone's record. Amendment 3 will put a stop to this and let the cops fight real crime, not fake crime. I'm tired of people being thrown in jail for something that is less harmful than alcohol or opioids. So now let's finish what I started and join me, John Morgan, in voting yes for the people and for Amendment 3.
Vote yes on Amendment 3. Paid political advertisement paid for by Smart and Safe Florida, 1400 Village Square Boulevard, Suite 3, 321, Tallahassee, Florida, 32312.
Steve Kramer here with a divorce tip. Inheritance isn't a marital asset unless you handle the money wrong or your divorce wrong. Then you can lose it to your ex. Call Trenley and Kramer, TK Law. We do divorce. OneFirmForLife.com.
Wow. Biden's at it again.
Inflation, rising costs for everything. What now?
Try big government control of our Medicare drug benefit.
The more I hear, the more it seems we can't afford Biden's Medicare agenda.
They're right. And it's because seniors are already feeling the pain of Biden's drug coverage changes, with almost 2 million forced from their plans and spiked premiums for nearly 5 million more. Now, Congress wants to expand the Biden Medicare agenda even more. But studies show Biden's plan will restrict access, shrink coverage, and limit availability of needed drugs for all seniors. Thankfully, Senator Rick Scott is a champion for Medicare drug coverage. Call him at 202-224-3121. Urge him to stop Biden's radical Medicare changes by opposing S. 1246 now. Paid for by Seniors for Better Care.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
When life spells heartburn, how do you spell relief? ROLAIDS.
What about when life spells fried chicken?
ROLAIDS.
4th cup of coffee?
Still ROLAIDS.
Extra cheesy pizza?
Rolaids always spells relief. Rolaids' powerful dual-active formula begins neutralizing acid on contact to fight your heartburn fast. So, when life spells heartburn, Rolaids spells relief. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
It's almost here. Team USA is headed to Paris, and iHeartRadio is the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics. It's the only way to listen to exclusive NBC play-by-play action of the games, plus NBC's top Olympic moments and live hourly updates from Paris. Bring the Summer Games with you everywhere you go. Download the free iHeart app now and enable push notifications for live updates from Paris. Only on iHeartRadio, the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics.
A1Garage.com. A1 from day one.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
More Jim Colbert Show in 3, 2, 1.
Hey guys, happy day. Jim, I don't know if you are aware of this or have seen them, but they make giant tracked Roombas that are lawnmowers for large spaces, not just your typical, postage stamp sized lot. These things are good on hills and angles, and climbing and rough terrain.
Damn.
They're like a tank with a mower deck, and it's controlled like a Roomba. They're pretty badass.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Welcome back. I am Jim. Credit, by the way, is your 3 o'clock keyword, CREDIT. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your shot at $1,000. Credit, guys. That's it. That'll do it for you. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Jack is right over there. And Deb has some news. Let's get it.
And now, it's time for Woke News.
It seems like kind of a misuse of the whole world. On the Jim Colbert Show.
All right, Woke News is brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don. Give him a listen Saturday morning when he's host of the Home Loans Radio Show. One of President Biden's staunchest supporters is asking him to drop out of the 2024 race. California Democratic Congressman Adam Schiff is something the California has long hinted at.
This is not just about whether he gave it the best college try, but rather whether he made the right decision to run or to pass the torch.
That was Schiff earlier this month on NBC's Meet the Press. He told the Los Angeles Times today that he has, quote, serious concerns, end quote, that Biden can beat former President Trump in November. There have been a flood of Democrats asking President Biden to step aside. As of Tuesday, 19 lawmakers have come out publicly calling for someone else to run in November. Meanwhile, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis knocked President Biden over his age and mental fitness while addressing the Republican National Convention in Milwaukee. DeSantis took a swipe at President Biden's ability to serve in the White House.
We need a commander-in-chief who can lead 24 hours a day and 7 days a week. America cannot afford 4 more years of a weekend at Bernie's presidency.
Of course, DeSantis was once seen as a top Republican alternative to beat Trump in 2024, but ultimately dropped out of the race in January. And last night at the RNC, or Tuesday, I believe, had put on X how he thought J.D. Vance was an excellent choice.
Yeah, that's his. By the way, this is the extent of his political career now. Now that J.D. Vance is vice president, I don't think Ron DeSantis will have a shot at anything like that. He can hope for a cabinet space maybe, but that's it for him. That's his shot is done.
You think?
Yeah, because I think J.D. Vance was chosen for that very reason. I mean, they're thinking 2028 and 2032, and by then DeSantis will be, he will just be a politician in the machine of Republicans.
Well, speaking of that, former President Donald Trump advisor Peter Navarro has been released from a Southwest Miami-Dade federal prison. After serving 4 months for his conviction on contempt of Congress charges, Navarro was tried after he refused to testify in front of the January 6th Congressional Commission. He's expected to head to Milwaukee for the Republican National Convention, where he is expected to speak tonight. All right, and a city in Orange County needs to look for a new fire chief. Apopka Fire Chief Sean Wylam announced yesterday he plans to retire, effective October 31st. Now, he didn't say why he's retiring, but he says serving the community has been one of the greatest honors of his life. 2 years ago, you may remember, Wylam was criticized after firefighter Austin Duran died in an on-duty accident. Duran's colleagues voted no confidence in Wylam, and Duran's father called for Wylam's resignation. Duran's father says he's happy with the retirement, but he tells Channel 9 he wishes it had happened sooner. But he does give the city the opportunity to bring in new leadership the department desperately needs. All right, no surprise here. A soccer fan is suing after she was denied entry to the Copa America final despite having tickets and spending just a small amount.
Did you see the aftermath?
Oh.
Did you see the aftermath of some of the hotels? I think the Hard Rock Hotel. Did you see what those people did to that place?
Nope.
Jesus.
What do you mean by those people?
The soccer fans, the people who were come through and doing the soccer fan. It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, who did you think I was talking about?
Well, the people who stormed the stadium who didn't have tickets, or could it be anyone in town for the match?
The soccer fans that came in town for the match. I mean,
Yeah.
just a general, just how rowdy, hoodlumish it was,
Yeah, well, Jackie Martinez is suing Hard Rock Stadium and the tournament organizers for $50,000. She says she bought tickets to Sunday's final for herself, her husband, and her parents. All told, Martinez says she spent over $4,000. But they were not allowed into the stadium. Her lawyer tells NBC6 his client and her family were devastated, and he blames it on pure negligence. Now, in the meantime, local, state, and federal law enforcement are converging on Port Everglades this afternoon to test their coordinated response to terrorist attacks, beginning with Port Everglades and continuing to other locations through the overnight hours. Miami Police Chief Manny Morales says it's crucial to participate in this type of training being hosted by the Broward Sheriff's Office.
The events of this past week at the Hard Rock Stadium shows the need to be able to, work cohesively together. So training is a big part.
Yeah, more than 800 officers surged onto the stadium when unticketed fans overwhelmed law enforcement and security at the entry gates before Sunday's Copa America final, delaying the start of the game by 90 minutes. Local police departments, the FBI, Homeland Security, FDLE, the Coast Guard, and hospitals will all be participating in today's Operation Heat Shield 5. That was fun.
Yeah, thanks.
Operation Heat Shield 5.
Very nice, though. Good job.
Thank you. All right, a whole lot of Coke, and I'm not talking Coca-Cola.
All right.
Won't be seeing the light of day on our streets.
We had a big bust, huh?
Yeah, the U.S. Coast Guard offloaded nearly 200 pounds of the booger sugar in Miami Beach.
That's a good coin there.
After a big drug bust in Caribbean waters. It's surprising to me, though, because it's the result of an interdiction of a vessel by the HMCS Summerside. Sounds so sweet, doesn't it? Until it's loading your, getting on your vessel with weapons drawn. Officials say the drugs are valued at, now this is 200 pounds of Coke.
I was actually just trying to figure out how much a pound of Coke is on the street these days.
What do you pay?
200 tons. Is it 1.2 million?
Jack?
I'm going to go the over, 1.21 million.
How about 2 million?
Oh, man, really?
Nailed it.
You
See, now,
did.
that to me seemed like such a cheap price.
Really?
I don't know.
It's come down. Back in the 80s, it was 100 for a gram. I'm just saying.
It says 70 pounds of Coke is worth about $1 million. So that's
really,
maybe it's worth over 2 million. Who knows?
I don't know. To me, 200 pounds of anything sounds like it would be well over $2 million.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I don't know my Coke.
Yeah. I know there's a lot of
bad
really
Colombian.
I know
bad Colombian.
I know that represents a lot of really bad business ideas.
All right, what goes together with cocaine? But nightclubs. No, seriously, an effort to address crime at nightclubs in Orlando could have some unintended consequences. That's the warning from nightclub owner John Sanfilippo. He owns several clubs in the city, including the Beecham downtown.
Yeah.
The Orlando City Council voted on Monday to allow just one new nightclub per city block. Clubs that are already in existence would be grandfathered in. This only applies to new clubs. Now, a second vote is expected next month before this potentially becomes law. But Sanfilippo says he's already laid off over 100 people since new permitting laws passed last year, and he warns more layoffs could come. He tells News 6, small businesses are supposed to help create jobs, not take away jobs.
Right.
But then...
Yeah.
Does downtown just need to be filled with nightclubs?
Yeah, I mean,
what kind of clientele?
This is the yo-yo that we've played in downtown Orlando for quite a while now. They love it when they're down there. Then all of a sudden, there's some sideways people get down there doing sideways stuff. Then they're like, whoa, wait a minute, there's too many people down. And then they do this, and then business owners are like, wait a minute, you're killing me.
I mean, I remember
then it goes back the other way, and then this is this battle we've had for like 30 years.
But working downtown, because I used to work in the SunTrust Center when I worked for a different radio company, our station was on the 22nd floor. And it was a great vibe. There were great places to go to lunch. There were great places to shop. And then I don't know if it was the high rises they brought in and those folks took their business to other plates of downtown.
What year was this?
This was in 91, 92.
So early 90s?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it was vibrant down there in the early 90s.
That street was big in the 80s. 90s is when the crowd kind of moved to City Walk. When they opened City Walk or Disney
that was the
Pleasure Island.
That was the
Pleasure
transition
Island,
time there.
Yeah.
So that's what the transition time was. But the downtown club scene in the 90s was still pretty good. Yeah, back then. That was Oz and all those clubs down there were still killing it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you still had Firestone. Yeah. You had
Church
Big
Street.
Belly.
Church Street kind of went through some changes, but down on the Ave or down on Orange Ave and down that way, those Firestone, those places were killing
They
it.
had some great head shops.
In the 90s, Pleasure Island took off.
That was a good place to party.
Late 90s, early 2000, it was more City Walk.
That's absolutely what happened, yeah.
All right. What is the most dangerous road in Florida? Consumer Affairs released this report earlier this week saying...
I'm going to go with I-4.
I-4.
I'm going to go with 436 near I-4.
How about U.S. Highway 1?
Oh, really?
Most dangerous road in the Florida.
Wow.
Where?
Consumer Affairs released a report earlier this week saying nearly 400 deadly crashes were reported along that highway that runs along the entire state's east coast between 2020 and 2023.
Wow.
400 deadly crashes. U.S. Route 19 in Pinellas County was named the deadliest road by county.
Okay.
FDOT officials are currently working on a $240 million improvement project along the U.S. 19 corridor. The Consumer Affairs report says drinking, speeding, or distracted driving were involved in more than a third of the fatal crashes in Florida over 2 years since 2020.
Do you think that's the reason why is because have you ever driven US 1 for any interview? Like I've driven it for like a few hours, and what I do notice is, especially up in the north area, when you start getting into Flagler County and that area up there, they have these roundabouts now that they've installed like every 20 miles or something. You'll be hauling ass going like 65 miles an hour. Then there's a roundabout out of nowhere.
And why do they put roundabouts in a country where we were not taught how to? People don't even know how to treat a four-way stop, much less a roundabout.
Learn, idiots.
It's easy.
And while
but
you're at it,
still.
Look at this guy.
let's figure out the metric system. Stupid people. It's a lot easier.
They go through a lot of that US 1, as I remember, it goes through some rural towns. So I think maybe you kind of run into that thing where there's a little bit more maybe drinking because people feel safer in those areas. Look, when I lived in stop for a second though. When I lived in Putnam County, you get the feeling when it's a smaller town that you can get away with more.
Well, yeah, like US 19, it keeps you off 75, keeps you off 275. It keeps you out of the, po radar.
Smaller town. I just think backwoods sheriff. That's the last place I want to try and get away
My
with.
butt puckers just a little bit extra.
If you know the way around, you can weasel through these little neighborhoods and get where you're going, so you don't get on the main highway.
I think US 1, they're distracted because they're looking at the water view.
Yeah, maybe so.
Whether it's Indian River or the ocean.
Right?
Yeah.
And maybe they're looking at the sea turtles because Florida wildlife officials are tracking a record number of sea turtle nests in Brevard County. This is good news. The state's Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission says nearly 24 Kemp's Ridley sea turtle nests have been spotted along Cape Canaveral this year. That's 10 more than last year.
All right.
And this is why it matters, because the rare species is critically endangered, and the FWC believes there are fewer than 1,000 Kemp's Ridley nests in the entire world.
Wow, really?
Less than 1,000, and there's already 24 on Florida beaches. So the time frame for nesting seasons varies around the Sunshine State, but the one in Brevard County is scheduled to last through October.
Wow.
Really cool if your kids ever get to see sea turtle hatchlings coming out of the nest.
Yeah, it is cool.
I missed it by just like 2 minutes in Daytona Beach Shores a couple years ago. So
same here. A few years back, I missed it as well.
Did you
by
really?
Like one night we were there, and then the next night I remember reading it. I'm like, damn, if we'd have stayed one more night.
I know, we would have seen it. All right, Attorney General Ashley Moody is warning Floridians about a rise in schemes involving sweepstakes, and she brings it up because today is National Lottery Day, which is why Moody wants residents to watch out for scammers trying to target victims with the promise of big winnings. Now, she says fraudsters have been calling, emailing, texting people about prize money. You know the scam.
Yep.
Hey, they're going to ask the victim to give their personal information and pay several fees before they can claim their quote-unquote reward.
Right.
Moody says, listen, the Florida Lottery will never request a fee payment, And winnings will never be transferred through a wire transfer.
Oh, damn it. I guess they got me.
You give me $50, I'll give you $50,000. It's easy. Just send it to me. Sounds like a perfectly good deal everybody should be a part of.
You know, it's like, I believe recently there was a 7-Eleven clerk who saw an elderly woman buying Bitcoin with a lot of gift cards and was like, wait a minute, I think this person is being scammed, and actually ended up stopping her from sending thousands and thousands of dollars to scammers.
And she was being scammed?
She was.
Yeah.
You know, because again, you hear the word gift card, and it has to do with, hey, you missed jury duty and you have to pay this fine. Just go get these gift cards.
Right.
That's your first sign.
Last time I had to buy gift cards, the checkout person asked me if I was being scammed.
Oh, really? If you were being scammed?
Yeah,
it's funny.
Wow.
I'm like, well, you expect the person buying them to know they're being scammed?
Yeah.
And I suppose, you know, the vendors trying to do their due diligence to prevent people from, you know, buying these to give to someone.
You're like, no, I am not, sir. I'm just trying to get my grandson out of an Ethiopian jail. There you go. How about you mind your own damn business? Let me tend to my family.
Yeah.
Well, rather than taking your chances on that, do what Florida Chief Financial Officer Jimmy Patronis is suggesting. He's urging residents to check the state's unclaimed property database to see if they can be reunited with their cash or property. I'm not even going to bother. It never works out for me.
I blanked this morning on every iteration of my name.
Did you?
I was hoping to get some misprint money.
Well, Patronis says, how much do you think the state returned in unclaimed property to Floridians in June alone?
Of this year?
Patronis says the state, Florida, returned this much money in unclaimed property to Floridians in June, just June.
Okay, I don't know what it is for June, but I know that in this thing, they said that they made a note that former President Trump got like $54,000 back. And they had to send him a letter because I think Jimmy, 1 month, all the state of Florida. And this is everything, like old power bill deposits and old paychecks, stuff like that.
Just June, unclaimed property. Jack,
what do you
go
think?
first.
Total,
just June.
how much they paid?
How much
I'm
the
still
state
waiting on a
paid?
check.
Okay.
I'm going to go $1.7 million.
You know, I think that's a good guess, but I think it's low for some reason. I'm going to go like $5.5 million.
How about $26 million?
No!
$26 million in unclaimed property to Floridians in June alone.
Where's my check?
He adds that 1 in 5 Floridians has unclaimed property waiting to be claimed with an average claim of $825.
Damn, I know the last time we did this, we had a number of people text us and say that they got money out of it.
To search the database, go to fltreasurehunt.gov. Again, that's fltreasurehunt.gov.
And don't forget to send those gift cards.
No, don't forget to go to realradio.fm and enter the keyword credit. That's your 3 o'clock keyword. That'll get you $1,000, and you won't have to go to any website. All right, the Emmy nominations for Best Drama Series are out. Jimmy, this might help with your search to find something new for you and your wife to watch.
All right.
The highly acclaimed FX freshman series that I've wanted to check out and still haven't, Shogun.
Oh, no. Yeah. I've heard about it, but
received a nomination.
No interest, really.
Along with 3 other newcomers. Those include Amazon's Fallout.
Okay.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Now, the Fallout is based on the video game?
I believe so, right, Jack?
A video game or something like that? Fallout? Yeah.
It's not just a video game.
Okay. I'm sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt.
It's training for the dystopian future.
Okay, very good.
I'm going to have to check that out.
It's a great game, and it's actually a pretty damn good show.
Gotta get a new gun and brush up on my handmaids.
Yeah, and Netflix's 3 Body Problem. Other nominees include past winner The Crown from Netflix, Slow Horses, The Morning Show, and HBO's The Gilded Age. The Primetime Emmy Awards will be held on September 15th in Los Angeles. And we know that Halloween usually comes after September.
Yes.
And it might be the middle of summer. But for Home Depot, it's more like October 31st. Why, you ask? Because starting tomorrow, the retail chain will be unveiling its 2024 Halloween decorations.
In July?
Now, this is why. Halloween is big business. According to the National Retail Federation, how much did we spend on Halloween?
Man,
just last year.
You go first.
You go first. Come on, Jimmy.
This is a disgusting number.
Well, think about it. If Christmas is going to start in September, they also have to move up Halloween.
You are 100% right, Jack. You're right.
All right. So how much money did we as a country spend last year for Halloween?
$6.5 billion.
Jack?
Oh, I like that. I was thinking 7. So I'll go $7 billion.
$12 billion on
Add them
Halloween.
together. I think we nailed it.
And that's a 50% increase from 2020.
They love it.
They sure do. And that's why starting tomorrow, when you go to Home Depot, you might be sweating balls, but you're still going to be looking at a jack-o'-lantern.
That's right. Our 12-foot skeleton.
We legit are only 6 weeks away from hearing commercials for Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
You know, I got to tell you, as much as silly as that is, but you guys are, I mean, Jack's 100% right. I mean, you got to get that stuff out way early.
Oh, yeah.
Way early, because by the time they pull that stuff out of there, you know, they'll be loading Christmas in.
Christmas will be in before August.
Yeah. But I tell you why I do like this stuff secretly. Even though the heat index outside is 151 trillion degrees, when you walk in and you see that fall stuff, it makes your body kind of at least believe there's hope. There's hope that at one point in my life, I won't sweat walking from one room to the next in my air-conditioned house. That's what I like about it. That's the one.
We had it here yesterday. We had full Christmas decorations.
Yeah,
up
we
yesterday.
did.
Straight weirdo.
So now we know that probably means you also secretly really do enjoy a good inflatable.
I don't like inflatables. I hate them, actually.
I know, but I have a feeling when you admit to a secret love of the early Halloween decoration, I think that means there's room for inflatables.
And we are going to decorate this year. We actually have a house we can decorate that will get seen occasionally. So we can't wait.
That's a treat.
We're excited.
And now you all are officially woke.
Thanks, Deb. 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Remember, your 3 o'clock keyword is credit, CREDIT. Slide over to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. Back with a final destination that is chef's kiss good / bad.
Yay!
All aboard for Real Yacht Rock Weekends. Every weekend this summer on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Cool Today Weather Center, cooltoday.com.
Hey there, Central Florida. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team Meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Wednesday forecast. And for today, it's going to be another hot one. Temperatures will be climbing well into the mid-90s in Orlando with a high of 95 degrees. And once we factor in our humidity, our feels like temperatures will be closer to right around 103. We'll also expect the potential of some scattered afternoon showers and thunderstorms. These will be mostly taking place to the north and west of the I-4 corridor. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate, not one based on anyone else. So if you drive safely, you could save money. Good to know. Visit allstate.com or call for a quote today.
Guys, this summer, you need to get a new grill at a great price from our friends over at Tools Ace Hardware. How about up to $300 off a brand new Traeger grill? Get that beautiful wood-fired flavor when you cook for the family. Maybe you like propane grills. They got you covered there as well. Up to $150 off a brand new grill from Napoleon. Tools also carries grills and pizza ovens from Big Green Egg, Weber, Rectech, Gosney, and Uni. And I will tell you, my little Uni pizza oven makes a damn good steak as well. And when you buy a grill from Tools Ace Hardware, you get free assembly and free local delivery on grill purchases, $3.99 and up. It's Tools Ace, 13 convenient locations all throughout Central Florida, or you can just shop online at acehardware.com. It's Tools Ace, your local helpful place.
Tired of taking allergy pills every day to treat your allergies? Aspire Allergy and Sinus has helped thousands, including me, who spent years suffering before finally doing something. Like Aaron, most migraines were alleviated almost immediately after a sinus surgery with Aspire. Or Julie, who didn't even realize it was allergy season because she felt so much better after taking her allergy drops. Fixing your allergies are easier than you think it is. Go to AspireAllergy.com to set your appointment today. That's AspireAllergy.com.
I'm Rebecca. I was injured in a car accident and hired one of the big TV law firms. They sent me to an injury clinic that I felt just wanted to make money off me. I needed an attorney and doctors who cared about me. I called attorney Glenn Klausman, and he helped me get the best doctors who really helped me. I was extremely pleased with my settlement. He also got me $10,000 for vet bills for my dog that was injured in the accident, and he did that for free. Call attorney Glenn Klausman at 407-917-1718. Glenn Klausman, Office, Winter Park.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. If you own a timeshare, don't miss this public service announcement from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. If you really want out of your timeshare, hang the phone up immediately or throw that mail piece in the trash and contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance with your timeshare. As the only Inc. 500 timeshare cancellation company, our knowledge, experience, and results has made Wesley a trusted resource for over 40,000 families we've helped get out of their timeshare. Give us a call, and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about your timeshare and all of your options for cancellation.
Call for your free info kit. 800-954-3322. 800-954-3322. 800-954-3322.
Want to win a free motorcycle? I'm Orlando attorney Mo DeWitt, and I'm giving away a free motorcycle valued up to $20,000. All you have to do is go to bikerswinorlando.com. That's bikerswinorlando.com. Enter today at bikerswinorlando.com.
Jim Colbert here for FAS Windows and Doors. Are your energy costs through the roof? Well, it's time to replace your single-pane aluminum windows with the most energy-efficient option available. Keep the heat outside during the summer and inside during the winter. Too much outside noise getting in? Considering replacing older windows and doors with laminated insulated glass, providing as much as 100% improvement. Keep that noise outside where it belongs. Offering rebates of $100 per window and $200 per door. Also offering 24-month, no money down, no payment, no interest financing. For a completely free in-home consultation, call FAS or visit them online. Trust the leader, FAS.com.
Hey, Cam, mind sending me over our new Wi-Fi password?
Oh, sorry, Mitch, you can't be trusted.
What?
It's your phone. It's different than mine.
Cam! And I thought I was a judgy one.
No, it's just messages between different devices aren't encrypted.
Okay. Since when do you know about encryption?
I know what encryption is, and it's because I'm the last line of defense against any would-be Wi-Fi thieves.
Cam, come on.
Okay, fine. I'll send it somewhere more private.
Thank you.
Safely send messages between different devices on WhatsApp. Message privately with everyone.
Did you know that feeling sluggish or weighed down could be a sign that your digestive system isn't working at its best? Taking Metamucil every day can help. Metamucil fiber powders help promote your daily digestive health using a plant-based fiber called psyllium. The gelling action of this special fiber traps and removes waste, so you can feel lighter and more energetic. Metamucil, promoting digestive health for a better you. Learn more at metamucil.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
This is the Jim Colbert Show. Take us with you for free on the iHeartRadio app.
Yeah, this is your loyal listener from West Palm Beach. That Florida treasure hunt is no joke. We wound up, me and my brother, getting back almost $2,600 a piece. Our father, after he passed, 3 or 4 years after he passed, somebody told me to look in there, and he had an insurance policy, little insurance, funeral insurance policy. It was never collected on. So yeah, that's no joke. Check it out, people.
Good after morning, Colbert crew. And for one, love me a Roomba because they do great with picking up all that dog hair.
Oh, yeah.
And two, this morning I was wicked excited to pick up my ticket for the 18th Real Radio Poker Tournament. It's going to be my first one ever. I'm so excited about this, and just can't wait to get out there, crush Jimmy in some poker, and break his heart. Big T out.
Bring your piggy bank, buddy. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. And by the way, it is no joke. By the way, the Florida treasure hunt thing is no joke. We had a text in right after we mentioned that. It says, I got a check yesterday for $24,500 from unclaimed money. And then somebody else said something about getting another big check in there, too. Found over 10K in unclaimed forms in different states from family members. Check every name you've used and state you've lived in.
Yeah, I got a problem with this because, I have nothing on me. I checked my wife, daughter. One daughter does have money owed from a previous job.
Like a check or something, right? Yeah.
Yeah, $35.
Okay.
Not a lot.
Yeah.
But, hey, let's get it.
Did you get it?
You know what? It means a lot to her.
Sure.
Right? I went through the process. You know, you had to print it up, fill it out, mail it away. And the last time this story came up is when I did that. Never received it. I typed her name in again. The money's still there. But I went through the steps of doing it. So I'm like, what up, Jimmy Petronis?
Yeah. That's wild. No. I mean, people are upset. It's very sick. Last time we mentioned this, people got money from it. So I don't know.
I wonder if it depends on who owes you the money.
I guess it may be. In other words, like the red tape of getting it from something like that.
Yeah, this is like payroll, but I guess the state has it.
But she filled it out. And was she underage when she received that check? Was it like a job where she was like maybe 17 or 18 or 17?
It was before she was 18 when she worked at this company, but then, now she's older.
Yeah, I know, but maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know. Maybe
you're making excuses.
Maybe there's just something. I don't know. I mean, I would think they would just send you the money. It's $35.
Jimmy Petronas, send me $35 in change.
Immediately. All right, 407 916 1041. By the way, Big T had mentioned the Real Radio Poker Tournament coming up on August 17th. That's Saturday. Play alongside the staff of Real Radio 104.1. Play some cool games as well. Not only is there the poker tournament, they have the entire casino set up. And if you're not even a poker player, you don't have to buy into the tournament and play. You don't have to do that. You can actually just buy the casino pass and hang out with us and still get to be part of like the silent auction, part of the food thing. It's a really incredible deal.
And shout out to that mortgage guy, Don. Now, just got word, the official sponsor of the Home Loans Radio Casino.
All right.
Awesome. So he's our casino sponsor, I think, third consecutive year. He won it a couple times.
Yes.
No. He won it in 2019.
I was gonna say,
and then we didn't play, so he held the title for a few years.
Right. Does not count.
No, but you have the Home Loans Radio Casino. And shout out to Just Call Mo, our presenting sponsor for the Real Radio Texas Solo Poker Tournament. I think this is 18th.
He said 18. Yeah.
18th we're doing it.
Again, it's realradio.fm/poker. Get info, get tickets. They are selling pretty quickly already. We had a bit of a snag this morning. Now it's ready to go.
Yep.
Not only can you buy your poker tournament pass, but you can also buy your casino tournament pass as well.
That's right. Food from Hard Rock Cafe.
Love it.
Shout out to them. And Fun Planners will be doing the gaming. And many area celebrities, as well as the entire staff of Real Radio, will be on hand.
Just a good-ass time. And happening at the Orlando Science Center, which is a cool venue as well.
Sold out in 3 days last year.
That's right. Go get them. All right, 407-916-1041. Okay, so I obviously we call these things Final Destination, and we've mentioned them a number of times on the program. It's just these are very unlikely scenarios in which people pass tragically. This one just happened to be a celebrity, or I don't know, a pseudo-celebrity. She was a Top Chef master.
Yeah.
Her name was Naomi Pomeroy, 49 years old. She was the judge, a guest judge on the original Bravo series a few times. Then she was on a competitor on the third season of Top Chef Masters in 2011. And she had some restaurants as well. She was up in Oregon, and they were tubing down a river. Now, when you say tubing, I'm about to do this.
I know. That's
like I am in 2 weeks. I am going to do this. My wife has her birthday. We go up to Itchtuckney Springs up in North Florida. We float down this river. We've done it year after year after year. We love it. My uncle did it as a kid out of Palatka. A lot of people in that area, University of Florida students go up there and just while away the hours. It's an awesome way to spend an afternoon. It's dirt cheap, and the water in the area is absolutely gorgeous. Fake beautiful. It is fake pretty up there. There are a number of things we've known not to do while tubing, because one of the things that's kind of weird about tubing and going down rivers where you don't really know what's going on, even though the water is crystal clear, some of the vegetation below will limit your sight because it'll turn you black, right? Well, trees and other debris continuously fall into these rivers, and they could happen overnight. From season to season, you never know. We had a scenario with one of our friends where he dove into the water, and there was a log just below the water that he didn't see, and got lucky that he wasn't paralyzed for life. We had to actually drive him to the hospital after getting out about halfway, but he had to float that river for 2.5 hours before we could get him out of there.
You're kidding.
No, not joking at all, with a pretty good head wound. No lie, right? So it can be a little dangerous, right? And the water is moving slow, so you don't really think it's that dangerous. And this is that same scenario. She was with a couple friends. They were on inner tubes, and one was on a paddle board. The inner tubes were tied together, and I guess one of the women had the leash from the paddle board tied to her ankle. And they came along a debris under the water that they did not see. The leashes snagged. The woman that was in the inner tube was dragged underwater because the river keeps going. You're not. That current pulls you down, and she drowned.
The leash wouldn't allow her to free herself or to get to the surface, while everyone else in her group
lived,
was able to get to shore. She, like Jimmy said, was just being dragged underwater.
She got tied up in those leashes. And by the way, one of the things we never do with ours, we never tie them together.
That's what I asked him.
we do float in pods because we have like 10, 15 of us that go down there. And what we do is we get in little groups. I'll just throw my leg over the tube of the person that's next to hold it close to me, but you don't tie them together. You don't use rope like that because you just never know, and you don't want that kind of thing happening.
It's so cool that you put your feet next to someone else's face.
I didn't sit by their face. I just sit on their tube.
It's close enough.
But what a way, man. I mean, they're enjoying your afternoon in the summer, floating down a river. She's from that area, has probably done this 100,000 times. And this time, the wrong thing at the wrong time, wrong place in the river, just happened to fall in, snag something, catch, not give up. And then underneath the water, of course, she could not free herself, and the current would not allow her to surface. And it actually took them a little minute to find her as well.
Oh.
Yeah, they had to use sonar and some other stuff to find her. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, they sure did. It was what a mess, man. When I read that today, I was like, God almighty, that's like the one that kills me the most still is, riding the bicycle down the road and lightning hits a tree, 30 feet from you, and the tree falls and hits you while you're riding your bicycle.
For me, it is always going to remain Sefner.
Yeah, the sinkhole.
The sinkhole under the bedroom. Yep. It's for me. There's no.
That's the hand of God.
It is. Right. Your brother opens your freaking bedroom door, and there's nothing but a hole 60 feet deep into the earth.
That's an Elm Street movie scene.
That is.
It is.
Yeah, that is.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Let's take a little break. We'll come back at the top of the hour with a fresh keyword for you.
Freshy.
And we'll have Animal House as well. Kathy Burns and Rodney Purvis join us from the Pet Alliance of Greater Orlando. We're going to talk about Frenchies and what's going on with those guys.
They have a Frenchie named Jacob with a bow tie, so you're definitely going to want to tune in. It is, and I think it's a Burberry pattern for his bow tie.
What a selling point! I love the action in your voice. Oh, and by the way, you want to tune in? We got a Frenchie with a bow tie. Okay,
his name is Jacob.
All right, JimColbertLive.com. Get over there and log in. We'll do Animal House after this.
Real radio. Real radio. Radio.
104.1. Traffic remains heavy on I-4 this afternoon, both east and westbound by the major attractions exits. Still seeing heavy traffic from an earlier crash that was reported eastbound on Taft-Vineland Road at Bachman Road. Another crash with roadblock reported at Boggy Creek Road and Lake Nona Boulevard. If you see traffic problems, make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Today, we're the largest injury firm in the world, and I'm thankful to you for trusting us all these years. We'll always be here for the people, not the powerful. Injured? The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Hey, everybody, Jim Colbert here for my friends over at Life Imaging FLA. Love hearing information come out of people who go to Life Imaging FLA, trust what we tell them, and then get results that really either shock them or really make them feel great. We've had both, honestly. We've had people say, God, thanks so much. I thought I had some problems because of hereditary issues. Turns out I do not. But then I've had people also go in and think as a couple, like, well, I think my husband's got problems. Turned out the husband was fine. The wife is the one that had problems. We hear this all the time. Then here's what I do know. Early detection saves lives. We had a 30-year doctor tell us just a couple weeks ago, this technology has saved lives for years, and Life Imaging FLA has perfected it, and they've got it ready for you right now. Don't wait. Do exactly what I did. Call Life Imaging FLA right now. Get that free heart scan. Just a few minimum requirements. It is a $699 value. And guys, remember, it is unbelievably unintrusive. No dyes. You don't have to take your clothes off. No injections. This only takes a few minutes. And while you're there, ask about the cancer screening as well. Just pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say that keyword free heart scan. That's all you do, guys. Simply, that's all you do. Pound 250, say that keyword free heart scan. They'll connect you in seconds. Make that appointment. Make this the year you take control of your long-term health care. You have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia.
SeaWorld has added even more flavor to their summer spectacular by bringing back Band's Brew and Barbecue. Savor mouth-watering recipes from Kansas City, Texas, Memphis, and more. Pair them with refreshing cocktails and ice-cold craft beer. Catch live concerts from award-winning artists and be sure to stay for spectacular Ignite fireworks. Don't miss SeaWorld's Band's Brew and Barbecue every weekend through August 25th. Learn more at SeaWorldOrlando.com. More info and contest rules at realradio.fm/contests.
Another insurance story from
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Funerals are expensive. Do we have enough for ours?
Yeah, I bought Smart Bunny Final Expense Insurance.
Get up to $25,000 coverage for funeral expenses and other needs for as little as $14 a month. Hop on the Smart Bunny app now for final expense insurance. Smart Bunny Insurance.
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Your insurance super app. Insurance is sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services and underwritten by various companies. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
The door to your happy place is right around the corner at Shipley Donuts. With more than 60 varieties to choose from, Shipley Donuts serves freshly made delights daily. Visit us today at 2255 South Cimarron Boulevard.
This July, celebrate America's independence with a fresh view from Renewal by Andersen. Their custom-built, energy-efficient windows and doors will not only enhance the beauty and value of your home, but also increase your comfort. They keep the heat and humidity out, not to mention the noise. That's because their unique Fibrex material combines both elegance and resilience, offering you double the strength of traditional vinyl. Right now, buy any 4 windows or patio doors and get the 5th free. Plus, enjoy 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 18 months. Don't miss this limited time offer. Visit rbafla.com to schedule your free consultation today. And if you're looking for a new career, great news. They're still hiring experienced window and door installers. Celebrate freedom and comfort with Renewal by Andersen, official sponsor of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Once again, just go to rbafla.com for details. License number CGC 1527613.
At Fence Outlet, we're proud to be Central Florida's top fencing contractor, and we're celebrating 30 years of framing your family memories. Here's to many more years with you at the center. Thanks for 30 great years. Visit us online at fenceoutlet.com.
With 3 generations and over 45 years of Florida experience, Handyman Roofing knows storms and hurricanes. We know how to evaluate storm-damaged roofs and not cause more damage. Handyman Roofing has the expertise to get your roof done. Plus, easy financing in case your insurance company is dragging its feet. With multiple emergency response teams ready, Handyman Roofing will be by your side now when you need it the most.
Knows how to get things done. Count on Handyman Roofing to get it done. Handyman Roofing to get it done.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Did you know that feeling sluggish or weighed down could be a sign that your digestive system isn't working at its best? Taking Metamucil every day can help. Metamucil fiber powders help promote your daily digestive health using a plant-based fiber called psyllium. The gelling action of this special fiber traps and removes waste so you can feel lighter and more energetic. Metamucil, promoting digestive health for a better you. Learn more at metamucil.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
If you ever need our help, we're just a call away. There's only one Morgan & Morgan.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because your case matters. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM, Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station, the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, GREEN. 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 Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Miss part of the show? The Jim Colbert Show on Demand. Available on the free iHeartRadio app.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. Text us, as always, at 77031. Check us out live right now. You're going to want to. Deb's got a chunka in her lap there. It's JimColbertLive.com, or you can see us do Animal House Live. Welcome back. I am Jim. There's Jack, and Deb has Animal House.
She likes them fuzzy, furry, feathery, tough, and scaly. It's time for Animal House with Deborah Roberts.
All right, Animal House is generously brought to you each and every week by personal injury attorney Glenn Clausman of Clausman Law. We'll tell you how to get in touch with Glenn at the end of Animal House, but now please join me.
Oh, my God. Look at this attention-hungry sausage.
And welcoming back Kathy Burns, Rodney Purvis, and Jacob the Frenchie.
Yeah, what's going on?
Always
Hey.
giving French kisses.
That's Pet Alliance of Greater Orlando as well. How you doing, guys? Good to see you.
Great.
Wow. Well, I'll just talk to you guys while Deb makes out with this dog.
Oh, my.
So it's Jake, right? Is the dog?
Jacob, yeah.
Jacob, all right. Jacob has a bow tie, and now most Frenchies that I see online are just black, tiny little Frenchies, but is that dapple? Is that what that's called?
Black and white. There
Black
you go.
and
I don't
white,
know.
there you
I mean, they're coming in all sorts of colors now. There's brindles and there's merle.
Yeah. Now, what's a merle one?
That's what
It's a drunk and sings country songs all the time.
They're
hard to differentiate from dapple. So
I see. There you
dapple,
go.
merle.
Yeah, they're kind of
Yeah.
Man, he's
Similar to me.
kind of a big Frenchie, is he not?
He's a big boy.
Yeah.
But he's only like 25 pounds. So
Really? Yeah.
Only.
Yeah.
So why this week are we focusing on Frenchies? That's interesting. I know that they have some issues because of their breeding and snout and things, but what else do you have for us on that?
Well, first of all, for those who don't remember, I think it was 2023 when the Frenchie overtook the Labrador Retriever as the #1 dog breed in America. That lab had held the title for 40, 50
For a long
years?
time.
And then Frenchies took over. Do you think a lot of it has to do with the celebrities who walk around with them in their arms?
I absolutely think that different breeds, due to media, movies, right?
Yes.
My first dog ever was a pug because of Frank the Pug, right?
Really?
Yeah, honestly.
I'm sure there are a lot of Benji dogs there for a while.
Right.
Saint Bernard.
And then German Shepherds for...
And Dalmatians had a time.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. There are certainly trends. The doodles became
Right.
so prevalent.
Right.
And I think with Frenchies, we want to talk about how there are responsible breeders out there. We're in the shelter and we see dogs come from breeders because of irresponsible breeding. They're expensive because they're not easy to breed.
Right.
Actually.
Really?
So when you say expensive, that means their vet bills are
Yes.
higher than a normal breed dog? Or?
Lots of medical.
Yeah. I mean, their genetics or their makeup make it so that it's usually artificial insemination and cesarean section for the birth.
It's funny you
Because of
bring
the way
that-
they're built, yeah.
It's funny you bring that up. There's a small apartment complex that I pass, and for a few weeks I saw a van in one of the parking spots that said Canine Reproduction Services.
Right.
And I thought,
what?
That's horrifying.
Yeah, it's out there.
What is your day?
Yeah.
What's your work day like?
Horrifying.
It is. So I didn't realize that. But, Jimmy brought up something yesterday that I had forgotten that is really important. And Rodney, before, while you guys were waiting, you had told me a really heartbreaking story. But Jimmy had mentioned yesterday that one of the biggest problems with Frenchies, and it couldn't happen at a worse time of the year, is their inability to handle this heat.
The heat. Right.
And you were telling me about someone who let a friend watch their Frenchie.
Exactly. Did you want me to tell that story?
Yeah, just
Okay,
because it's so important for people to know it can be just that easy for something wrong.
So I had a friend who had a Frenchie, and this is when they first started becoming popular, and people weren't really educated a lot on it. And he went on vacation, and he had a friend watch his Frenchie for him, and he asked him, make sure you just do not take him for a walk. Because he had 2 dogs. He goes, you can take this one, but do not take this one. And he took them both for a walk, and it was in the middle of summer, and the dog passed away on the walk from the heat, and they couldn't get him back and get him to a vet soon enough.
Unbelievable.
Yeah,
So you
it
come back
happens.
from vacation.
I remember talking about this before with Kathy, but there's something to do with their snout? Like
Their
they can't get
snout.
enough air to cool them off or something? Or
Yeah, I mean, like if you look at him specifically, his is really bad. He doesn't have a muzzle at all. It's straight
Right,
from mouth, nose, eyes.
Right, yeah.
And so they end up having to have a lot of like surgery for that. Like he's having surgery in August for that to open up his,
Really?
because his breathing is so bad.
To
Yeah.
open his airways.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like a deep...
Brachiocephalic syndrome.
Yeah, brachiocephalic, yeah.
So
Is that what
that's
it
why
is?
he snores so much.
Yeah, exactly. Because they can't breathe. So like in the middle of the night, like he'll wake up from like not being able to breathe, and then he has to stand up for a while to be able to like get his breathing back to normal. Yeah.
I'm going to ask a dumb question.
There's no dumb questions.
There are
Jimmy.
dumb questions, and I've asked all of them.
Oh,
All right,
Jack
here's a
is
dumb-
waiting, though. Jack is waiting.
So it's a French bulldog.
Correct.
Right? It's a bulldog,
Correct.
And what?
So
that's a good question. Go ahead.
Yeah, because I mean, usually these breeds are a blend of something, right? You said they have to be artificially
They've
inseminated.
been along for a long time. But
Absolutely.
Okay, so it's a bulldog. I mean, we can see the bulldog part of it, but the
toy bulldog.
Okay, the ears come from something else.
And they were crossbred with ratters in the 1800s in the UK.
Ratters.
So rat terriers.
Rat terriers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where but rat terriers have had pronounced snouts. How do they go from an English bulldog, or I assume that's what you're talking about, and toy boy dog? I mean, but you would assume that they would have like a medium snout with breeding instead of have only taken that part of the DNA.
Well, sadly, breeding, there's not breeders out there that's all going to do good breeding. And so what ends up happening is along the way, bad breeding causes bad defects. And so that's kind of what happens with the dogs in general. That's why you start seeing them now in so many different colors, because people are breeding them outside of what they're normally bred with.
Wow. And how do you know that when you, I mean, and again, I hate saying a good one because it sounds so inhuman, but how do you know that you're dealing with a reputable breeder? And it can't be just cost, right? Because a lot of people just assume, if I'm spending $3,000 on this dog, it's
a good
got
dog.
to be a good dog, but we know that's not the case.
No, it's not.
Yeah. I mean, reputable research first and foremost.
Yeah.
But reputable breeders will not overbreed, will allow you to visit, are working with a veterinarian because of the special needs to actually breed, right? And should have ruled out, like done genetic testing, because there are so many issues that are popping up, and if you continue to breed from a bad
bad
you
stock,
get cleft palate, you breed for certain traits, that short nose and the big bat ears, right?
I can hear him snoring from across the studio.
Is he asleep standing up again?
That's exactly what I got.
A horse.
And it sounds cute, but it's not, because it means that he's struggling to breathe.
Exactly.
And it also means that these dogs, the heat of the summer, they do not swim.
No, they sink, because if you look at them, they're chest heavy.
Yep.
Yeah.
This breed is a mess.
It is. And humans are making it worse, which is why if you really want a Frenchie, go to the Pet Alliance.
Well, and it's really sad. We were talking about, we're starting to see more of those turned into the shelter. And a lot of it is because of medical, and people can't afford the medical. So we're starting to see more of those. Like in the past month or month and a half, we've gotten 6.
Well, it's
6.
How ironic is that too, right? So they're so popular, yet they're there because the people who get them, because they see the videos on social, and they look so cute when they bark, they talk, and I'm like, oh, I want one of those.
Yeah.
Then they figure out every vet visit's like $800.
It's expensive.
Yeah.
Are there other breeds like that are so genetically kind of mutated? I mean,
they're everywhere, I think. But I think just because this breed is so popular, it's easy to focus on it currently. But I think there's a lot of breeds that are currently like that. Yeah.
Well, bulldogs in general, with the double eyelids, they have a lot of skin issues.
And skin issues.
Basset hounds have it as well.
They have all of that.
Yeah.
Basset hounds have those issues.
Yeah.
So let me ask you. I mean, I know that there's obviously there's pet insurance, right? Pet medical insurance, health insurance. Is it more expensive to pet insure a Frenchie because of their pre-existing situations? No different than it would be for a human and smokers.
I mean, we partner with MetLife for pet insurance, and they do free 30 days for any adopter, which is pretty awesome.
Very awesome.
Yeah. But yes, to continue, they have specialists that go through based on breed, age, and anything that might be pre-existing.
So it could be a little bit more expensive on the breed.
Yeah, because I had a German Shepherd, and they're, of course, known for hip dysplasia. Talk about expensive hip replacement surgery in a dog, if you can even afford it.
And usually smaller dogs have long lifespans, right? We know that for a fact. I mean, I have a Shih Tzu Yorkie mix, but she's mostly Shih Tzu, and we expect to have her 14 to 16 years.
Yeah,
and we got lucky with our Mastiff, who lasted 11, 12 years.
Yeah.
But, I mean, are Frenchies, because of their medical issues, do they have a normal lifespan considering their size?
Yeah, 11 to 12 years.
Yeah, in general they do. So it's one of those things as well we talk about is the medical can always stop that along the way, like with the breathing. So it's just things like that you have to stay on top of. But
wow.
Yeah, somebody just texted us at 77031 saying we rescued a cleft palate, Frenchie, and it's been sad.
Yeah.
Because I can imagine, you want to do something good by adopting and not shopping, but then when you end up incurring these massive, massive veterinary bills.
Well, that's why we always tell people, research the breed. If you're looking for something specific, research it so you know what you're getting into. And a lot of people don't do that, which is why
they end up at your shelter.
This ends up happening.
Right.
Exactly.
Let me ask you, because this is fascinating to me now. So you guys were in the shelter there. I mean, you guys would see trends and what people like you are coming in and looking for.
We do.
First question, is there a new trend other than Frenchies that people are starting to look for? And then secondly, when you guys adopt out an animal, do you look for it to pair with the person? And will you actually make a suggestion? Like, maybe this is not the animal for you. This is high energy. What you're telling me is you guys really don't do a lot outside, blah, blah, blah. Do you guys offer that kind of assistance?
Totally, yes.
Yeah. We want to make a match, right? We want, obviously, the animal to be successful in the home.
Yeah.
And sometimes, although we don't typically identify breeds unless they come in.
Right, yeah.
Specific.
With paperwork or, from a breeder.
You can get an idea where it started, though.
Right.
This started as a Dalmatian, but it's got but it's got a horn on its back.
Yeah,
that's right.
Well, the good thing is when they're in the shelter too, the staff gets to know the dog a little bit and gets to know, if they are high energy dogs.
The temperament.
Yeah, exactly. And when people come in, they're looking for something specific. We can say, oh, this is a good dog. We try to gear them towards things, but some people are dead set on certain breeds as well, or certain sizes.
Yeah, I've been where they, I think in Sanford at Seminole County, they used to have a little index card. And I'm like, this is Shasta.
Yeah.
She loves kids, but doesn't like this. And she's scared of loud noises, but loves being indoors. And I found that to be quite helpful because you get an idea of what the animal's about before you kind of dive in there.
And that's why fostering is really good as well, because it allows the dogs to get out of the shelter, kind of and it makes them better adoptable, right?
Right.
Yeah. All right,
You can ask fosters, staff members, any history that we have from previous owners. If you get like a herding dog, and you can't really be surprised if they're trying to herd your children and nip at their ankles, right?
Exactly.
Oh my God, give me 3 of them. By the way, you never told us what the new popular breed is.
So really, it's
right now it's
Frenchies.
Yeah.
What would be the second? Is it right like Labs? Is it right behind that? Like
Chihuahuas and Doodles. Yeah, and then Chihuahuas are two that we see a lot of still. Chihuahuas had that one time. Remember when everything was little and Chihuahuas? They made movies.
Yeah.
Yes.
There was a whole thing with
Paris Hilton
with Chihuahuas, and they were.
Yo quiero Taco
we were
Bell.
getting them by the loads, and they're still out there and coming in a lot. But yeah, she's right. Like the Doodles are another one, and that's another breed that people don't research, and they have their own issues.
What are the Doodle issues? Like drugs?
I mean,
gambling,
very hyper,
crazy to scratch offs. They love scratch offs.
They're very hyper because Labradors are often puppy-like for years,
3-4 years,
right?
Yeah,
and then.
Match that
You
with the
never
poodle.
know
Right.
necessarily when you cross different breeds. They obtain Doodles thinking that they're hypoallergenic, but Labs certainly aren't,
Right. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
so you end up not getting the dog that.
Perhaps.
Yeah. So adopt, don't shop.
Adopt, don't shop.
Yes, we always
Absolutely.
recommend that.
Yeah. Okay. So speaking of that, where can people find you guys and then find you online? Because I know you guys put up multiple photos and information of the animals online. How can we find them?
Pet Alliance, Orlando.org is on the website. So you can always check us out there. There's a whole adoption section to go in there, and you can see all the dogs that's available or all the cats that's available, whichever you're looking for.
And it's real time.
Yeah, real time. So as soon as they come in, when they're available, they're available online. Yeah.
Does that
very
include
good.
Jacob with his Burberry bow tie?
At some point, unless I end up keeping him, yes.
Oh, hoping for a foster
He's
fail.
been in my home now for 4 weeks, so we'll see where he
it's
goes.
a foster fail.
That's not fair, by the way. You shouldn't get first pick.
Hey, that's what fostering. Hey, that's what we say.
The advantages.
Become a foster.
Exactly. You get your first pick. Absolutely. Well, Rodney and Kathy, thank you both so much. We really appreciate it. Thank you,
Seriously,
Jacob.
great job today, guys.
Thank you, Jacob.
Very interesting stuff.
Yeah, and as always, if you have any questions for them, I'll be posting the Animal House podcast here in just a moment. But, Animal House is generously brought to us each and every week by personal injury injury attorney Glenn Klausman over at Klausman Law. He's a teddy bear of a man, and this is why you need to call him if you've been in any kind of an accident, car, truck, motorcycle, even a slip and fall. Glenn is never going to pass you off to a caseworker. Glenn is going to personally handle your case, so much so he's going to give you his personal cell phone number, and then he's going to pick it up when you call. And it's just a couple of reasons why year after year he's voted super lawyer and legal elite. He's also an animal lover, and he truly is a friend of the show. So if you've been in an accident, give him a call, 407-917-1718, or check him out online at klausmanlaw.com. That's KLAUSMAN law.com.
Thanks, Deb. 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Green, by the way, is your 4 o'clock keyword, GREEN. Go to realradio.fm and send that off for your chance at $1,000. Florida became the 21st state with this. I'll tell you what that is next.
Real radio is
The Monsters in the Morning. Because y'all said I wasn't cool this week.
Well,
Booyah!
you are. Well, you're
Ah, boom, boom, ka-choo. Me and Ryan are the coolest.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price. goldsmithjewelry.com.
Slow traffic continues on I-4 this afternoon, east and westbound by the major attractions exits. Looking at a crash blocking the shoulder southbound on the turnpike just before the 429 exit. Looking at minor delays on the toll road in that area. No slowdowns at this time for drivers taking the 408 east or westbound. If you see traffic problems, make sure you're calling the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's new Saucy Nugs, a whole new way to nug. The best nugs are now even better. Wendy's new Saucy Nugs take the nugs you love and sauce them up in bold flavors, including buffalo, honey barbecue, garlic parm, and spicy ghost pepper. Try them all today. For a whole new way to nug, it's gotta be Wendy's, a participating U.S. Wendy's.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
Coming back to Las Vegas. September 20th and 21st. Streaming live only on Hulu.
A weekend full of superstar performances.
Tickets are on sale now at AXS.com. That's AXS.com.
Capital One is the proud presenting partner of the 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, bringing great products, rewards, and services to its customers. What's in your wallet?
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anna Jar Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. If you own a timeshare, don't miss this public service announcement from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. If you really want out of your timeshare, hang the phone up immediately or throw that mail piece in the trash and contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance with your timeshare. As the only Inc. 500 timeshare cancellation company, our knowledge, experience, and results has made Wesley a trusted resource for over 40,000 families we've helped get out of their timeshare. Give us a call, and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about your timeshare and all of your options for cancellation.
Call for your free info kit, 800-954-3322. 800-954-3322. 800-954-3322.
Splish Splash, Central Florida. Are you underwater in your current ride? RC Hill here from RC Hill Mitsubishi. If you're going off the deep end in a car you hate, bring it to me, and I'll give you up to $5,000 more than Kelley Blue Book value. At RC Hill Mitsubishi, we're all about affordability, so you could drive a nicer, newer car today, like the brand new 2024 Outlander. $1 down, $399 a month, including taxes and fees, and save up to $8,500. You can check out the 2024 Mirage, 43 miles per gallon, 1 lifetime warranty. $219 per month, including tax and fees. So if you're sinking in a car that's stinking, bring it to me. And you could get up to $5,000 more than Kelley Blue Book value. RC Hill has handpicked certified used cars on sale this month. But hurry, a deal this good will dry up soon. I'm RC Hill. I'm your car dealer next door. Visit me at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
$1 down requires bank approval. Example, stock number 1574. $1 down, $289 per month for 84 months at 5.9 APR. Visit rchill.com for details.
Ugh, I've been feeling so sluggish. I'm just kind of blah.
Been there. That's why I take Align yogurt-coated probiotic fruit bites.
But I suppose they taste blah.
Actually, they taste delicious. It's an apple blueberry flavored center covered in a yogurt coating and is infused with probiotics to help support a healthy gut. They come 5 in a pouch. I just toss one in my bag and go.
Toss one in my bag?
Get your own.
New Align yogurt-coated probiotic fruit bites from the makers of the #1 doctor-recommended probiotic brand. Find them in the digestive care aisle.
This is trial attorney Jeff Kaufman from the injury law firm of Kaufman Lind. After 28 years of practicing law and being responsible for thousands of people who've lost their jobs, their financial freedom, and even their lives, I believe when trying to decide on an attorney, you should ask yourself 3 things. How long have they been in business? Do they have good reviews? And do they actually care? Hopefully you never need us, but if you do, call us at 407-500-JEFF. That's 407-500-5333. Or visit us at whenyouneedus.com. Offices, Orlando.
The Medal of Honor is the highest military decoration in the United States. Since it was established in 1861, there have been 3,517 people awarded with the medal. I'm Malcolm Gladwell, and our new podcast from Pushkin Industries and iHeartMedia is about those heroes. Listen to Medal of Honor, Stories of Courage on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Medal of Honor, Stories of Courage.
Look to Orange Buick GMC for your next truck at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
This is the Jim Colbert Show on Facebook, Instagram, X, and YouTube, and right here on Real Radio 104.1.
That's right, Dan, who will be with us at the Real Radio Poker Tournament coming up August 17th, where you can get your tickets right now at realradio.fm/poker. One of the sweetest dudes you'll ever meet in your entire life. One of my truly, truly good buddies. He's a good guy, man.
And a good poker player as well.
He's a real good card player.
Yeah.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Your 4 o'clock keyword is green, Green. Go to realradio.fm and send that off. Maybe you'll win $1,000. Like to see that. I am Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
Hi there.
Hi, Jack.
I'm well, and you?
Yeah, I'm doing great.
I pretended like he
By the way, man, I got to tell these people who have these French bulldogs, I feel terrible for you. One person just texted him. Did you see this text?
Nope.
How much do you think this lady, our oldest Frenchie, cost us blank in medical bills due to his off-the-charts dust mite allergy? And he had some kind of crooked spine problem.
Yeah, IVDD.
$10,000.
Oh, no.
But here's another thing if you want to know about responsible breeders. So another person just below that texted us and said, I just bred my well-bred Labrador, and I had $6,000 into the breeding before the mating.
Good Lord.
That's how much testing you need to do to make sure that the animals, that the puppies are going to be okay, and the father had the same amount of tests done.
Good Lord. That's a lot. My wife wanted to do that with German Shepherds because she did it as a kid a while. They bred a few Shepherds, and she kind of wanted to do that, like do a whole thing, and she loves German Shepherds, but, she also admits that they have those health and hip issues that it's not. Is it a heartbreak breed, Shepherds? That's more of a Great Dane Mastiff thing, right?
Yeah, just because their size just doesn't let them live.
8 years
is
normal,
usually the max. So they're not a heartbreak breed, but they can be because that low rise, the way that shepherd stands, that's what's prized in the breed, but that just ends up making that dysplasia that much worse.
I think my Mastiff lived so long because he would just wander aimlessly in shallow ponds.
Your Mastiff lived because he was surviving on love. To have a 13-year-old giant breed, that's almost unheard of, Jimmy.
He was great, man. The absolute best. I'll have another big dog soon. I've told my wife, I said, before I die, I'm going to have another big-ass dog that I can put on this tractor and drive around my property.
Well, you better do it soon then.
Yeah, better. Because I may be dying. All right, 407-916-1041. So I don't know if you guys heard about this. Senate Bill 1600, I believe, signed into
that one.
Ron DeSantis. And Florida becomes the 21st state with this. And it's not sexy, but in reality, it is kind of interesting. And to be honest with you, it's 21st states, but in the context of the story, this is via Forbes magazine, by the way, they talk about how other states now, because 21 have already done it, the other states are just already lining up to approve this. Because I can guess that if you're, and we hear this from the attorneys all the time, maybe that'll give a bit of a clue. When we talk to our attorney friends and we ask them questions about legalities, and if you mention something, they'll always say, well, I don't practice law in that state, but... So what was signed into act is universal licensure. And you know what that means?
Does that mean if you're licensed to practice law in Florida, you are in other states as well?
Well, Florida or law, I do not know because of the nuance of legalities. But if you have let's say you have an occupational, it allows you to transfer your occupational license or your skill.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
From one state to the next.
So it's not just lawyers.
It's not just lawyers. Actually, it's a licensing thing. So if you're a licensed engineer, if you're a licensed surveyor, if you're a licensed whatever,
nurse,
doctor, nurse.
I have an FCC license.
I have an FCC license.
But
that means we're old, Deb.
But before this happened, and even in some states still, if you try to go into, let's say, California, Arizona, or a state, I'm just using those as examples, and this state doesn't have universal licensure, you have to get requalified.
And that means money.
And time from the ground up. So what they're doing is they're trying to get this universal licensure to all the states so that you can move from state to state and apply your skill set without going through the cost and expense and time suck of getting requalified just because it's another state. When in reality, it's pretty much the same thing. And I think this is wonderful legislation, by the way, and I think it's going to be adopted by all states eventually because it will free up jobs. There is apparently, as I'm reading the story, I've not dealt with this. I would think maybe truck drivers, if you're licensed to drive a big rig in one state, maybe that license doesn't apply to other states. Maybe they're hazardous or hazmat materials. I don't know.
Maybe the hazmat material ones, because I can't imagine if you have a CDL that you're not allowed to drive to other states. That's the whole point of having a CDL.
But I know that there are over-the-road truckers and there are local truckers. So I don't know if local truckers who only pull loads in Florida have to have a specific license or if they can pull across the state lines depending on what they're doing.
Solomon's going to weigh in, our Kansas trucker. He's going to let us know. He always does, 77031.
And to be honest with you, I don't really know of a discipline where you can not take that to another state. I'm sure people listening to the show right now will have those. Like if they were a licensed, let's say, chiropractor in this state and they wanted to go to Arizona and open up an office, maybe Arizona has a different way of determining if you're good or not.
Well, I would imagine it's kind of like the bar. The Florida bar, I can't imagine, is the same bar exam that you maybe would take in Maryland.
No.
Well, the laws are different, but with medical, you're still science is not different, right?
Right.
So but procedures may be.
Right, how the health department is run.
We know that with the abortion issue.
Yeah.
Like what kind of accreditation you need in one state versus what you can get away with in another state?
Yeah. And there are some... And the way they have this worded is very interesting. Now, I read it, and I understand the base of it. I didn't read the nuance of the entire story to kind of get an idea of how it goes from state to state. But of the 21 states that approve of this, they're actually kind of broken up into groups who also have kind of subsets of what they allow. In other words, let's say that the bar for you to be a civil engineer in Florida isn't as high as it is in New York. Maybe they require a little bit more education or whatever. Well, when you transfer, you can still use it. Just take the class that gets you up to that next level. You don't have to start from the ground up. But if you go to a state where your bar is above it, you don't have to do anything. You go to work immediately.
Which I would think would be the case when you're a civil engineer in a state like Florida that has to deal with
hurricanes.
Category 5. But somebody.
Well, how about out west for earthquakes?
Or the bigger issue out west is the fires.
Yeah, sure.
But somebody texted us and said this is a big issue with teachers in Florida. I had a difficult time getting my certification, even though I was licensed in New Jersey. Transferring it to Florida, I had to take all kinds of tests and everything.
Now that's whack because they're much better teachers in Jersey.
But maybe that's why. Yeah. Maybe I had to lower the bar so they could come down here.
Yeah, coming down. Now, listen, this whole creationism stuff.
Yeah.
No.
But it is interesting because when you read the story and you talk about the amount of jobs that are hindered or there are roadblocks for people who want to transfer another part of the country, but they can't because they're like, I'd love to go, but I'm looking at 18 months before I'm even certified, and I have to be there to do it. Some of the states, though, will do this. It's kind of cool. What if you're like an electrician? There's certain certifications that you have to be an electrician. If you go to another state that doesn't have that particular let's say certification requirements, they will give you credit for having on-the-job training. So if you've been an electrician for like 10 years in Florida and you've had no accidents, there's no pending criminal stuff against you or any workers' comp things or anything like that, theoretically you could go into a state that does require some type of certification, but your experience will trump that.
Well,
and you're able to go right back to work.
Texters, as we expected, weighing in left and right. Insurance licenses are state-specific, so medical, real estate, lending. I have a Florida life insurance license, and 20-plus states have a reciprocal agreement with Florida that allows me to just pay a small registration fee.
Yeah, as you learn about it, though, Deb, it's even people who want to come, because you got to think about this. Nobody's dying to move to South Dakota from Florida, but we know that a ton of places are moving here. So let's say you're a licensed anything out there in the States, and you have that dream to come to Florida, but you find out before this is passed that you are going to have to jump through hoop after hoop after hoop and spend time and money to become certified and then enter the market that's already kind of inundated with people ready to go.
Yeah, this is going to free up a lot of people. Here, someone said I have a Florida pest control license, but I can't do pest control in Georgia without getting a whole new license.
But so now this new law is going to allow people who have been certified in this state at certain levels. Again, it depends. It really does depend on what state you're going to. But I would guess that maybe, if you're moving to Hawaii, there are considerably more requirements for certain things in Hawaii because of how fragile that ecosystem could be. And you have to kind of know what you can and can't do. So I found this fascinating. I would love to hear from the audience. I mean, this is great. We're getting these texts, but I would love to hear from the people who are out there actually working, who have had to change their life or maybe change their plans because of this legislation before that, and now of course maybe open up a few more doors for them.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of I think of like doctors from overseas who come here.
Oh, we see that all the time.
But their education doesn't transfer. So
teaching as well.
Yeah, so even though they might be a cancer specialist or whatever, they don't have the accreditation for the United States. So therefore, they can't practice.
And where else that happens too is in the South American countries as well. When we have doctors or licensed professionals that come from those areas. Dentists is what I hear a lot, and they come to the States and they can't work because they don't have the certification you need to be a dentist in the U.S. But they're super successful in Mexico City, or Panama City, or wherever they are. They're super successful there, but they come to the States, and because of a litigious society. you have to make sure that you're going to be cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Yeah, I would think that you would have to be I would think you'd have to be very happy if you're here in Florida and you're hearing this, or maybe coming to Florida and you want to relocate and you have a specific skill set that maybe has been pushed back because of this. This is going to be a great day for you.
Well, I would think that the other reason why this is good is if you remember, Governor DeSantis has made an open offer to police officers from around the country who are unhappy with the policies in their state and or city to come and police here in Florida.
Right.
Your certification might not transfer to this state before this law was passed. And someone else just texted and said, I'm a licensed attorney in Florida and Tennessee. I took the Tennessee bar so I could have
representation.
No, reciprocity.
Okay, oh God.
Oh wow. Okay, he's okay.
Yeah, he's
with
busy.
other states. Yeah, he's not paying attention.
Right. Oh,
damn it! No,
how's he
was
do it?
keeping count. I don't know.
You trying?
It's an evil power.
Reciprocity.
Give yourself one.
Reprehensible.
Reciprocity, isn't it?
Reciprocity. There we go.
All right, 407-916-1041. Let's get to the phones here. Hey, Rachel, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
Bad.
Hi.
Hey.
First-time caller. Love you guys.
Thank you.
Cool.
I just sat in on the FICPA is the Florida Institute of Certified Public Accountants. And this is a huge deal right now. the mobility of our licenses, being able to transfer from state to state. Florida is fighting that. I love that you guys are talking about this because not a lot of states, but a few states have introduced legislation to lower the requirements for the license, which would make it very difficult, and we would have to be recertified, like you said, if we were to transfer to that state that lowered their requirements.
Yeah,
wild.
What happened is Arizona kind of kicked this off, and then a lot of other states going, wow, man, I don't like that. Now South Carolina and a number of other states are kind of looking at doing it and introducing the legislation, and it is getting rounds of applause, and I think pretty much big bipartisan respect because, really basically what this is putting people back to work and kind of lowering some kind of regulations so that you can get in there and get a job. And what they have done, though, thank you for your call, by the way, Rachel. What they have done is they want you to... What?
I thought she was saying the opposite. I don't know. I misunderstood it. I thought she was saying it was a problem.
No. She said it's a problem that you can't take your license and go to another state and get to work.
Got it.
That's the problem. And what they're doing is they're kind of reducing that. Only 21 states now, and the relationship from certain states does have different kind of requirements, but it's easy to find out. And at least it's not a no, you have to start from the bottom. It's not that.
I do hope, to her point, though, that while they're allowing people to take their licenses to other states, they're not lowering the bar of the requirements of what you need to do the job just to make it easier for you to be able to be licensed in that state.
I'll tell you exactly what it's like. You ever go and get a deal where it's you buy one and get one, but the one you get for free can't cost more than the one you're buying kind of scenario?
Yeah, it's always a pleasure.
Right, it's that kind of scenario, right? Where if you go to a state where the bar is higher, let's say you're a structural engineer here, and you're fine. But in California, you're not fine. You require a different level where you can go there and they'll give you credit for what you've earned here and then just give you the test to bring you up to where they are when it deals with earthquakes. And then vice versa, if you come to from California to Florida, you don't have to worry about it because you're overqualified already.
Okay, good. No, I was just worried that she was saying that, hey, to be an accountant doesn't have to be so smart anymore and know how to say reciprocity.
That's what I first picked up on. And I was like, oh, that could be a problem.
All right, 407-916-1041. Would love to hear from you. We'll take one more call here and then take some more after the break. Hey, John, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
Hey, so I'm a truck driver, and a CDL, Class A CDL is a federal license, so you can use that anywhere you go.
Okay.
And that's one of the reasons why, if you're in a recreational marijuana state, if you're a truck driver, that doesn't apply to you because it's a federal license. And it's not federally legal to use.
Oh. All right, buddy. Thanks. Appreciate that very much. All right, 407-916-1041.
Someone also said that if you're an intrastate trucker, you can't leave the state.
Oh, I see.
Until you're 21.
Oh, I got it. Okay.
So you can't become an interstate trucker until you're over 21, and CDL covers every state.
It's funny, my old man and I never talked about this, but
Same
even though
here.
he's been a trucker, but I know he did over the road, which means he'd be gone for 2 or 3 days. But at the end of his career, he pretty much stayed what they call local, which was the state of Florida. But it had to be within 200 miles, I believe, of the hub, which was down on Sand Lake Road and stuff. But he did that for a while. But I never really got into a conversation if you had to be licensed differently. The only thing I know is your CDL does have a number of different stages, and you have to haul hazardous materials. You have to be qualified and certified to do that at different levels.
Yeah, background check and everything as well.
All kinds of stuff. All right, 407-916-1041. By the way, your 4 o'clock keyword is green, GREEN. You still have time, guys, about 15 minutes. Get over to realradio.fm and send that way for your chance at $1,000. We'll take a little break, and your calls are next here on The Jim Colbert Show.
You text us at 77031, and we say it on the air. Sometimes. We might even give you credit. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hey there, Central Florida. Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Laurel Blanchard here. We're continuing to keep an eye on a couple of thunderstorms as we head through the rest of this evening. Those storms going to quiet down as we head into the overnight tonight, leaving partly cloudy skies on tap. Looking at a low of 77 degrees, and it's hot. It's Florida. It's July. We're going to continue to see those hot and humid conditions for your Thursday. Looking at a 50% rain chance as we head through the afternoon with a high of 95 degrees, feeling like 104 tomorrow.
This report is sponsored by Early Learning Coalition of Osceola County.
Want to give your child a learning experience that's free, fun, and gets them ready for the future? The voluntary pre-kindergarten program is your answer. It's available at no cost to any 4-year-old child residing in the state of Florida. Visit our website at elcosceola.org. That's elcosceola.org.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here. If you ask anyone who's experienced LASIK surgery, they will tell you it's the best decision they ever made. Man, my father-in-law, my son, you talked to them both, and now my wife just found out this morning she also is going to get some help from the guys over at the Filutowski Eye Institute. And you should get over there now because they're offering free LASIK consultations. That's right. It won't cost you anything to find out how these guys can make your life better virtually overnight. And it's easy to make your appointment. Simply text 1041 to 868686. That way you can begin your journey to better vision with the Filutowski Eye Institute. The best tech out there. 65,000 LASIK procedures under their belt. In other words, they have all the experience you want. And if finances is a problem, don't stress there either. They offer 24-month interest-free financing. Just make your appointment. Text 1041 to 868686 and schedule your free LASIK consultation at the Filutowski Eye Institute. Your path to better vision begins right now.
Wow. Biden's at it again.
Inflation, rising costs for everything. What now?
Try big government control of our Medicare drug benefit.
The more I hear, the more it seems we can't afford Biden's Medicare agenda.
They're right. And it's because seniors are already feeling the pain of Biden's drug coverage changes, with almost 2 million forced from their plans and spiked premiums for nearly 5 million more. Now, Congress wants to expand the Biden Medicare agenda even more. But studies show Biden's plan will restrict access, shrink coverage, and limit availability of needed drugs for all seniors. Thankfully, Senator Rick Scott is a champion for Medicare drug coverage. Call him at 202-224-3121. Urge him to stop Biden's radical Medicare changes by opposing S 1246 now. Paid for by Seniors for Better Care.
You know the biggest hassle with selling your home with the Nickley Group? Figuring out where to put the sofa in your new home, because your old home won't be on the market for long. TNG listings sell 2 times faster and for an average of 6% more. Why wait around hoping your home will sell in time for you to move into your new place? Trust the experts at the Nickley Group with Keller Williams Realty to get your home listed, shown, and sold. Get a guaranteed cash offer on your home today at thenickleyGroup.com.
It's one thing to suffer from allergies as an adult, but it's really tough on kids, running around with sniffles or stuffy nose during recess or practice. Not to mention it's hard to concentrate in school when you're not feeling well. And then you feel bad because you forgot to give them their allergy meds before they left. All of that can be a thing of the past thanks to Aspire Allergy and Sinus. They've helped thousands, including children, with their kid-friendly allergy testing and pain-free allergy drops. Schedule your appointment today while the kids are out of school. Go to AspireAllergy.com. That's AspireAllergy.com.
With 3 generations and over 45 years of Florida experience, Handyman Roofing knows storms and hurricanes. We know how to evaluate storm-damaged roofs and not cause more damage. Handyman Roofing has the expertise to get your roof done. Plus, easy financing in case your insurance company is dragging its feet. With multiple emergency response teams ready, Handyman Roofing will be by your side now when you need it the most.
Knows how to get things done. Count on Handyman Roofing to get it done. Handyman Roofing to get it done.
Hey, Cam, mind sending me over our new Wi-Fi password?
Oh, sorry, Mitch, you can't be trusted.
What?
It's your phone. It's different than mine.
Cam! And I thought I was a judgy one.
No, it's just messages between different devices aren't encrypted.
Okay. Since when do you know about encryption?
I know what encryption is, and it's because I'm the last line of defense against any would-be Wi-Fi thieves.
Cam, come on.
Okay, fine. I'll send it somewhere more private.
Thank you.
Safely send messages between different devices. On WhatsApp. Message privately with everyone.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
When life spells heartburn, how do you spell relief? ROLAIDS.
What about when life spells fried chicken?
ROLAIDS.
Fourth cup of coffee?
Still ROLAIDS.
Extra cheesy pizza?
Rolaids always spells relief. Rolaids' powerful dual-active formula begins neutralizing acid on contact to fight your heartburn fast. So, when life spells heartburn, Rolaids spells relief. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Want more from the Jim Colbert Show? Online at jimcolbertlive.com.
Your CDL, since it's governed by the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration, is good nationwide. So is your hazmat. I am a current truck driver, currently driving my truck on a load right now, but yeah, that's the rules. It's good all over the country.
Thanks,
all
brother.
you have to do is, if you move into another state, is get your license in that state. But it is still valid.
Very good. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate that very much. That's a talk back. You can leave one as well. Get the iHeartRadio app. Go to Real Radio. Once you get it, use that microphone to send it over to Jack.
That's a good point. When you move, you got to get your, let's say you move to Florida, you got to get your Florida driver's license.
Yeah.
Anyone who moved, I think you have about 2 weeks, maybe it's a month to when you move to get a new license. But also, now's a good time to check your voter registration.
Yes.
And make sure that matches the address on your driver's license.
Just did that.
Because, we'll be approaching deadline soon for the November election.
Yeah, some coming up in a couple of weeks.
Yep.
Yeah, so you might as well start thinking about that now and making sure that the address on your license matches your voter registration.
And if you want to change your party affiliation or register to vote, your deadline is this coming Monday. So you only have today, tomorrow, and Friday.
That's it, yeah.
You don't want to leave it till the last minute.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. I am Jim. Deb and Jack are here as well. If you want to get a ticket to the Real Radio Poker Tournament coming up in August, go to realradio.fm/poker. They are available as we speak. We're talking about this House Senate Bill 1600 that has drop the licensure needs for Florida. In other words, you can take your engineering degree and go elsewhere to get a job.
Yeah, where because other states have this agreement, this reciprocity.
Reciprocity, yeah.
With other states. Thanks, texting service.
Yeah.
Yay!
It's funny, in my own family, I just realized during the break that I had this scenario. My son-in-law is a surveyor here in Central Florida, but he lived in Denver. They just moved back from Denver, and the Colorado survey requirements are way different than Florida. So he had to become recertified. And by the way, that stuff changes every year.
And it's not cheap.
Right, it's not. And it takes time. So let's get one more call here, and we'll get over to we'll get to the top of the hour, get you another keyword, and then move on towards Scott Maxwell. Tom, how you doing, buddy? Welcome to the show.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Good, brother.
Yeah, I'm a civil engineer in Florida, and the universal licensure, it's a bit of a double-edged sword. I mean, sometimes the reciprocity agreements are there for a reason, i.e., like the seismological concerns of California obviously aren't the same as they are here in Florida, and wind rating capacity isn't the same in California as it is in Florida.
Sure, right.
So, but the thing is, civil engineering is a highly regulated industry. It's not just the degree. You got to take the degree, then there's 2 tests that are 4 years apart, and each test is 8 hours long to pass in order to be an independent civil engineer.
Yeah, and buddy, I got to tell you, I thought that was the one that really kind of shined a light on how different it could be for requirements from state to state. I mean, and I think that structural engineer, civil engineer is one of the shining examples, because obviously when you're building buildings or roads in California, you have to be really cognizant of how that earth moving around affects those stanchions. And I know they have really complicated dampening systems for those buildings out there. And we don't have to deal with really any of that in Florida. Even the biggest winds, really, most of these buildings can handle it pretty well.
That's a fair statement. But there are different geological concerns. Like in California, you're not trying to build a bridge bent or pillar on top of a swamp lane.
Right, exactly. Not to mention sinkholes.
Yeah, or 300 foot of like wet sand.
Yeah, don't forget that hole that opened up underneath that man's bedroom.
Hey, thanks for your call, buddy. I appreciate that very much. 407-916-1041. Let's get to Brad here. Brad, how you doing, buddy? Welcome to the program.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, brother.
Hey, yeah, I listened to your show. I taught high school, and my wife taught elementary school in Georgia for 30 years. We retired 5 years ago, moved down, and just to have some fun money, we were going to be a substitute teacher. It took longer and more hoops just to become a substitute teacher in Florida than to become a high school and elementary school teacher in Georgia.
Really?
Wow.
It was crazy.
Gives me hope.
It took 6 months just to become a substitute teacher.
Unbelievable.
And you're already teaching.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I taught. Like I said, we retired from Georgia. 30 years in, both of us.
So give me an example of how much more or what you had to do to kind of require to get yourself up to speed here in Florida.
Well, I would say it wasn't any test or anything, especially just to be a substitute. It was getting referrals, and our favorite part was going back to our college that we graduated 40 years ago and getting our transcripts sent in.
Oh, good time. Did they tell you they're in the attic?
40 years ago, you used your Social Security number as your student ID number. So it wasn't as hard as I thought it'd be, but it was, especially being down here in Florida, I thought, oh, gosh, I'm going to drive to Atlanta to get my college transcripts.
Well, thanks for your call, buddy. I appreciate that very much, man. The thing with the teaching I think is interesting is because, I mean, he came from Georgia to Florida. We do have really good higher education in the state. Our other education is, what about 30th, something like that, 35th or something? Obviously everybody gets killed by the Northeast.
Right.
But I would think it would have been easy to come from Georgia and go to Florida and be a substitute. Man, I've seen some substitute teachers, by the way.
I
used to buy my weed from 4 of them. Just joking.
I think in Florida, especially now, the Department of Education wants to make sure you're staying within their very narrow guidelines.
Yeah, I would say that's probably a guideline issue for sure. That they want you to comply.
Oh, you were right by using the word adhere.
All right, 407-916.
Black history? Nah, forget about that. Forget about that.
1041.
Slavery? Nah, never happened.
You can text us. They never said it never happened, Jack. They just said they learned some things from it.
The slaves loved it.
I don't think they said they loved it, Jack.
Oh, my God.
I just think they said they learned some skills from it. Boy, that's a hell of a statement to make. I got to get you. I got to tell you, hey, man, slavery wasn't bad. Learn how to saw.
They picked up some valuable jobs, life skills.
learn how to plant trees.
Place,
all right, 407-916-1041. All right, we'll have another keyword for you at the top of the hour, and I'll tell you something interesting. Are you ready?
Yeah. What do you got?
So, housing crisis in our state for sure, right?
It's a bit expensive, Jimmy.
But I think it's a housing crisis in a lot of places. So what's happening now is builders and engineers and architects are trying to build houses that are smaller that still offer a lot of livability, which means they're doing away something that I bet every single house listening to us right now has. It's the new age of architecture in America, and I'll tell you what's about to go away in new homes. We'll do that next.
Displaying a level of apathy that can only be achieved through years of studying. Okay, I guess you don't want to be petted. Cats. Real Radio 104.1.
Things are heavy on I-4 this afternoon in the Orlando area, east and westbound through downtown and by the major attractions exits. Looking at north and southbound delays now on Florida's Turnpike between the Oakland Exchange exit as well as near the 429 exit. Looking at a good ride for the most part for those taking the 408 east or westbound. If you run into traffic problems today, just make sure you're calling the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Direct Auto. Direct Auto Insurance is for uncompromisers. With a super low down payment to get started, you can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a free quote today at directauto.com. Down payments vary. National General Group, Winston-Salem.
Do you want to start or expand your business? That mortgage guy, Don, is your source for commercial and business loans, too. Don has the best rates on commercial loans and has over 1,000 five-star reviews. Now, if you have an existing SBA loan with a rate of 9% or more, then you're in luck. That mortgage guy, Don, can refinance your qualified high-interest rate small business administration loan to a low fixed rate of 8.25%. Don't leave money on the table. That mortgage guy, Don, is the best place to go for all of your business business and residential loans. So don't miss the boat. Compare your quote at thatmortgaguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgaguyDon.com.
Summer is here.
Things are heating up. Literally.
Need help paying that AC bill? Well, Real Radio is giving you a chance to win $1,000 by putting $1,000 in your hand. You know the deal with our national contest. We'll give you a keyword at the top of every hour from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., and all you have to do is enter it on our website at realradio.fm for your chance to win. 13 chances every weekday, blah, blah, blah. We want you to win, so if you get a call, make sure you answer your phone, because that's the key to winning. This contest is brought to you locally by Mills Air.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com. Let's get you a brand new bathroom. Rebath in Mid-Florida is ready to go. It's 436 up in Altamont. They're right across from Kobe. And when you walk in, the first thing you're going to see is a bunch of models set up, right? There's like 10 of them, I believe. But don't think that's what you're buying. Those models are set up to show you the products they have that they can use in your bathroom. Different styles of tubs and sinks and toilets and lighting and glass and fixtures. It's all right there. And even better, if you choose Rebath to remodel or replace your bathroom and you tell them that you heard about them from us here at the Jim Colbert Show, they'll throw in $800 in upgrades to your bathroom. Fixtures, glass, tile, lighting, however you want to use it, it's $800 in upgrades. And let me tell you guys, these guys create great bathrooms. You can certainly trust them. They have the integrity you want. They also have the design, and they have the time. 4 to 6 days is all it takes to install your bathroom. And like I said, you have a design team to help you with ideas to get the bathroom of your dreams. Again, don't forget to tell them that the Jim Colbert Show sent you and get that $800 in upgrades. Log on to the website, check out the before and afters, and then book your appointment. Your new bathroom's right there in Altamont at rebathmidfla.com.
Hey, Monster Jam fans, on August the 1st between 4 and 7 p.m., join me, Angel, from the Monsters of the Morning for your chance to win tickets to the upcoming Monster Jam in Orlando. We're doing it every 10 minutes. This is all courtesy of Renewal by Anderson, official partner of Monster Jam. Plus, come see the legendary Gravedigger up close and personal. Mark your calendars and head to 2500 Maitland Center Parkway for some big-time fun. See you here on August the 1st from 4 to 7 p.m. Thank you to our sponsor, Renewal by Anderson. You have a chance to win tickets every 10 minutes.
And now, another insurance story from
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Wow, I wonder how much all this costs. Shh. Well, it can't be cheap. Do we even have enough for our own you-know-what?
Honey, shh. I heard he bought final expense insurance through the Smart Bunny app.
The Smart Bunny app?
Like on your phone?
I know what an app is.
For the love of all things decent, be quiet.
Get up to $25,000 of lifelong coverage for funeral expenses, debts, and other needs for as little as $14 a month. And no medical exam is required. So hop on the Smart Bunny app now and grab some final expense insurance.
Honey, are you buying the insurance, like, right now?
Time is precious.
So true.
Smart Bunny Insurance.
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Your insurance super app. Insurance is sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services and underwritten by various companies. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
Sunnyside Plumbing.
Yes, I've got a leaking...
To leave us a testimonial saying how happy you are with our service, press 1.
But you haven't even...
For all other inquiries, please hang up.
Wait, what?
Hang up and call Frank Gay. We're busy watching the game.
You know what? I think I will. When you have a leak, you need solutions on your schedule. A helpful expert who can find the problem and fix it fast.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
I had a radio listener call me after an accident. The insurance company offered him $700. He hired me that day and we recovered $100,000. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Potential clients may not obtain same or similar results. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
When couples come into International Diamond Center looking for engagement rings, they have lots of pictures from websites, from Pinterest, from designers they love, and 99% of the time, we have what they want.
The brands that we carry are the brands the consumer asks for, the girls ask for, your future bride asks for.
IDC owner Keith LeClaire explains how IDC is always on the cutting edge because we partner with the world's leading designers, names like Tacori, Verragio, Henry Dawsey, and dozens more.
Fashions come and go, but why do some brands stay forever? It's because they stay relevant.
IDC was chosen by these acclaimed designers, in most cases, as the exclusive retail partner in the region.
We try to provide the best of the best at the most current merchandise in the market today.
International Diamond Center, giving you access to the most sought-after brands in the world with a 5-star shopping experience with no compromises.
We want people to feel comfortable, relax, educate them, give them high quality for the right price.
Store hours and more at shopidc.com.
Morgan & Morgan, dial pound 529 on your cell phone. Pound law, that's all.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman & Lind Studios. Why Kaufman & Lind? Because you matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM, Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station, the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, PAY, P-A-Y, PAY. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Miss part of the show? The Jim Colbert Show on Demand. Available on the free iHeartRadio app.
Free.
Jimmy, be careful with the John Deere. It's great equipment. I love all of mine that I've ever owned, but they kind of gatekeep the service parts. So if you're going to take it, drop it off when it breaks and have them deliver it back when it's fixed, great, go for it. Secondly, that Roomba, make sure you're cleaning up the Tootsie Rolls behind your dog. You don't want any brown skid marks throughout your house. Thirdly, I have a buddy who's a doctor in Moldova, but because it doesn't transfer over here, he's a truck driver here.
Yeah. We've heard that a lot, actually.
Yeah.
Even before this topic came up, I've talked to a number of people, because we know a lot of people who live in other countries, and their skill sets just don't transfer here when it comes to the requirements needed to practice here in the States. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Your 5 o'clock keyword is PAY, P-A-Y. Go to realradio.fm, send that off. Maybe you'll win that $1,000. PAY, guys, is your 5 o'clock keyword. Remember, if you're playing a game, keep your phone on, keep it turned up, and answer it, even if you do not recognize the number.
Even if it says restricted.
That's right. That's how they tell you you've won. I am Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are dying to find out about this house thing, huh?
I'm curious.
Are you really?
So you're saying because of housing restrictions, you got to do more with less, smaller houses, but you don't want to give up the space that you have.
That's right. They're trying to offer the American family an affordable home with the space. So their thing was, well, how do we do this? How do we take the same layout and create more living area with it and still give the customer a good product for the money we're asking?
So I was thinking laundry room, if you omit that, and these top-on-top models in a closet.
And that's happening, by the way.
Okay.
That is a common thing in smaller homes.
That's what we have.
You'll see a stackable unit, usually in the kitchen, very easy to find, or maybe as part of a master bathroom or something.
Yep.
Foyer. Bye-bye foyer.
I'm going with dining room because we don't eat around a dinner table anymore. Everyone eats on the couch in front of the TV, or everyone takes their individual bag of food and goes games in their room.
So interestingly, that kind of already has happened, because if you'll remember from the 70s and 80s when there were segmented homes, and that was the big thing. This is the dining room. This is the formal living room. This is the den. You went to more of an open plan, right? You'd walk into a house, you'd have your living area, a dining area would just be kind of off to the side, and it had a light fixture, and then your kitchen was all in that same room. That was called the open living, the great room thing, right? So that's kind of already happened. Dining rooms, as a rule, have turned into we eat in the nook. Like the little area that has the light fixture there. The kitchenette, exactly. It's not the dining room, and it's not the foyer. And I'm telling you, every house, 99% of the houses listening to us right now have this. I have for sure.
Hallways?
Hallways is the answer.
Really?
So what's going to happen is the hallway space is going to die in some architect-designed homes because they consider it wasted space. In other words, think about it like this.
Yeah.
You walk into a room. The room has your great room. It has your kitchen, everything we just spoke about. But instead of going down a hallway to get to your room, you will just go to a door on the side of that room. And where you see this a lot is in barn dominiums.
I'm sorry, what?
Barn dominium. Do you know what a barn dominium is? A barn dominium is where you buy a metal shed that's built to be like a work shed or a barn, and you go inside that and you build a frame inside that of a home and you use the shed, usually which is steel and will last for blanking ever.
Think of tough sheds.
And you build that. We thought about doing that. We actually looked at 2 of these to think about doing a barn dominium. But what usually happens is this. You walk in and it's a large open area. Your kitchen's there. You'll usually have a loft. And then off to the side, you'll build out, and you can either build doors or build hallways or whatever you want. But what happens usually is they will frame that out, and you just walk out of the great room, you open a door, and there's your bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
So there are no hallways anymore. I estimated that if you took the hallway, and I only have one in my house because of the way it's designed.
It's funny that you mentioned that. Now that I think about it, I have one hallway, and it's it's off the kitchen to the second bath.
Yeah.
That's it.
If you took the hallway out of my house, that means I could add a room or living space in my house. It would probably be like maybe 150 square feet, another room, a den, a study, whatever the case may be. That's what it would be. And in my other houses, I was kind of going through that. The hallway in the house I moved out of before this, not the Baldwin house because it was tall, not wide. That, again, would have been probably another 150 square feet that I could have had in the house to do whatever. I mean, rec room, study area, library.
Weird flex to let everyone know how much hallway space you have.
It's not a weird
I
flex.
thought it was going to be a weird flex that you were an architectural student and now you're planning to go back to your house and redesign it.
No,
sans hallways.
Not even close, buddy. Not even close.
You don't think Jack would?
Oh, Jack? To save $4? Yeah.
Yeah.
Jack,
I've
you
been
only
thinking
have,
about it.
You only have the one hallway, right? You have the
but
hallway.
It's a long one. It runs the length of the bedrooms.
That's
right?
exactly how the other one I was telling you about.
Just think of how you could expand your man cave.
How would you even do that, though? See, the house has to be designed from the onset like that.
You kind of have to work around a communal room.
Yeah. That's exactly
to be able
what
to
it
do
is.
that, because otherwise you'd have to go through Sally's bedroom to get to Jeff's bedroom.
Exactly. You know? And what they do is, as the story's read, what they do is you get more insulation in the area, so you give it more soundproofing, so that if your room is off of one of these rooms and you walk in there, and you don't get to hear what's going on, and they don't get to hear what's going on.
I don't like that.
But in reality, that's what's happening. More great rooms with no hallways, so it's like a big room. Well, you know what it reminds me of? When I went to Sunday school in the church I grew up in, we had it was church, right? And then just on the walls, there were doorways that went into little rooms where that would be Sunday school.
Yeah.
So that's exactly, there were no hallways per se in the place. It was just a great room with doors off to the side that went into other rooms.
Well, I think about, the house I'm in right now. You walk in the front door and, hey, there's the master bedroom.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
It's right there.
And then you go back to the master bathroom and you're like, oh, it's kind of tiny. Whoa, look at the size of that shower.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I told you, it's big enough to dance in.
But it is weird, though, because I was trying to think it doesn't really, halls do break up the architecture of a house.
And they offer privacy.
What are you laughing at?
Texter says their house was built in 1962. They love their hallway. Actually excited about it because they're not a huge fan of that open floor plan. And sometimes you just got to storm off down the hallway and slam the door for dramatic effect.
You know what? You're 100% right. Look, I don't like this either. I like a hallways.
I like a hallway.
All right, there's a unique thing. You're right. Like if you're
Melinda got it right.
Like if I'm going to bed, I want to get up and have to make a little trip down a hallway to go to bed. I don't want to get up and just walk 4 feet and open a wall door.
And I don't want to have to hear the television that's out in the living room when that hallway would offer that little bit of buffer. It offers you a little bit of privacy, a visual of you're not allowed past this point, whereas a door is kind of like, what's behind this?
And that hallway door allows me to keep the cats on that side of the house, and they're not clawing at my bedroom door.
There you go.
4 a.m, like, hey, meow, meow.
So
what you doing in there?
Last year, 1 out of 4 homes was designed with this idea in place to create more space without creating more house, which was quite a challenge for them because they're like, I think I can't even just Americans, but I think people, you got to get used to certain things. And, that would be a massive change in our culture, the way you look at living, that there isn't a house that has a hallway. I don't know why that's bizarre, but it is.
I just always remember going to England or other parts of Europe, just always being amazed at how much smaller everything was, and yet at the same time just as efficient, just didn't take up as much space.
Right.
From the size of the refrigerator, which you could actually see the top of.
Yeah, sure.
To the washer and dryer that would fit in a small cubby space.
Right. And by the way, don't kid yourself. They're not just thinking about the customer here. Construction spending is up because costs have gone way up. So this is another way for builders to kind of take some of that, it's almost like, what was that thing during COVID? Where they would give you
mass death.
They would give you less product in the same size bag.
Shrinkflation.
This is almost like shrinkflation.
It is
put into houses, because basically what they're saying is they can kind of cheat you by 100 square feet or so. Not cheat you, but create more space without really creating more space per se.
Yeah, take away the living room and the dining room and give me back my hallway.
Texter makes a good point. That hallway gives them a shooting lane if someone breaks in.
You're right.
It's true, because when I'm going through my home invasion drills,
right,
I always do that forward rollover through the hallway as I come up shooting.
Can you please take video of that?
Yeah.
Please, God, take video of that.
Please take video of that.
It says, as homes start to shrink, hallways could be one of the first casualties. Eliminating these spaces will decrease the number of interior walls and allow for more condensed homes. What they're saying here is they're basically Tetrising the idea of home architecture.
Yeah, but
architecture.
How are you supposed to have hallway sex? Where you walk past each other and say, F you.
Oh, boy.
Nate Bargatze has one of the best jokes about that. About you get in an argument, you live in a house like that, a small house, then you walk down the hallway and you have to act like you don't even know the person.
Right.
You can just get by here. Excuse me, pardon me. Act like you just weren't all about to kill each other 5 seconds ago.
He has a new special coming out.
Yeah.
I think it's on Amazon. He was on
Smartless. I just heard it. Yeah. It's very funny. The guy is funny without even trying to be funny.
Yeah.
He is so good. And it's still good. It's still funny stuff.
Where are we going to put pictures of family members we haven't seen in 15 years if we don't have hallways?
Well, I will tell you.
Mine is littered with them.
I would think the very first thing that anybody who is considering this would be like, where am I going to put all those photographs that litter the hall? I think every American hallway, that's where you put your kid's graduation picture,
exactly.
all the cool stuff they ever did.
Grandparents and aunts and uncles.
Right.
And yeah, exactly. Where's that going to go?
Garage, I guess.
Don't.
So that's what's happening. It says the budget-friendly home prices between $200,000 and $350,000 are outpacing all other categories right now. So they want to try to figure out how to stay in that price range and offer you more house for the dollar without getting into this crazy expense cost.
It still sounds like them telling us, look, this ergonomically shaped bottle is just for you. It's not that it holds less product.
You don't need hallways.
You don't need
What are you talking about? There's just other places you can go in the house.
Right. Uh-huh.
All right, 407-916-1041. Again, your 5 o'clock keyword is pay, P-A-Y. Slide over to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. Back in a sec with our buddy Scott Maxwell from the Orlando Sentinel.
Real Radio is the news junkie.
We watched a movie last night. It's called Kill All the Neighbors, and it's about this guy who has a neighbor.
Spoiler alert.
You're never going to guess.
The news junkie. Weekdays at 11 on Real Radio 104.1.
Heavy delays reported on I-4 this afternoon in the Orlando area, east and westbound on the interstate by the major attractions exits. Delays continue on the Turnpike north and southbound today, with heavy traffic reported near the Osceola Parkway exit, as well as near the Oakland Exchange exit and Mineola. If you see traffic problems, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. At Blindster, we offer custom-made faux wood and real wood blinds and shutters, cellular shades, Roman shades, bamboo shades, exterior shades, and more, all at factory direct prices. Don't pay too much for new blinds. Go to Blindster.com.
WeAreNotTheBanks.com sponsoring our Jim Colbert Show question of the day. When you are in the market for a new home, whether it has hallways or not, you need to find a way to pay for it. You do that through a mortgage. You get a mortgage from a mortgage lender, and that should be Brad Siebert and the team at WeAreNotTheBanks.com. For all your mortgage needs, whether it is getting that new home with or without hallways. If you want to refinance the home where you currently live, most probably with hallways, you can do that. He does refis as well. Did mine several years ago. Fast, easy, got a great rate, and he was very helpful. Let me know everything I needed every step of the way. He's a great guy. He knows answers to the questions you have when it comes to your next mortgage. Get started online. wearenotthebanks.com. NMLS ID number 66247, equal housing opportunity.
The number one cause of accidents is distracted driving, like cell phones, eating, and playing with the radio. So leave it right here on Real Radio. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
In this week's Marketers Report, Dana Nussbaum, Executive Vice President, Worldwide Marketing at Warner Brothers Discovery, weighs in on regional audio marketing.
Although we're marketing at a very broad scale, it does include specific local markets, and that's the beauty of iHeart's network.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, influencers, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. If you own a timeshare, don't miss this public service announcement from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. If you really want out of your timeshare, hang the phone up immediately or throw that mail piece in the trash and contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance with your timeshare. As the only Inc. 500 timeshare cancellation company, our knowledge, experience, and results has made Wesley a trusted resource for over 40,000 families we've helped get out of their timeshare. Give us a call, and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about your timeshare and all of your options for cancellation.
Call for your free info kit, 800-954-3322. 800-954-3322. 800-954-3322.
It's always a good time for donuts, so indulge in Shipley Donuts. Fresh-made donuts in delicious flavors, from classic glazed to Oreo cookie-topped treats. Crafted from quality ingredients. Catering and online ordering available. Visit ShipleyDonuts.com. Now open in Orlando on South Cimarron Boulevard.
Are you prepared for the future? At TK Law Firm, they understand the importance of securing your legacy. Whether you're looking for a will or trust, they can help. Don't leave your legacy to chance. Visit onefirmforlife.com for your free consultation. Protect what matters most. TK Law Firm, your partner in estate planning excellence.
Savory tastes and tunes are returning to SeaWorld with bands, brew, and barbecue. Sample recipes from Kansas City, Texas, Memphis, and more. Pair them with refreshing cocktails and ice-cold craft beers. Catch live concerts by award-winning artists. Sunday, July 21st, POD takes the stage. And stay for a spectacular Ignite fireworks. Don't miss SeaWorld's bands, brew, and barbecue every weekend this summer. Learn more at SeaWorldOrlando.com.
Buying a diamond is one of the hardest things a guy can do.
Meet International Diamond Center owner Keith LeClaire.
It's not my job to sell you. My job is to protect you.
And that starts with fair pricing.
We don't play pricing games. We don't mark it up 400% to give you 50% off to make you feel like you got a good deal. We price it straight.
No retail games, no nonsense. Just rock bottom prices on one of the largest selections of certified diamonds in America.
Most stores are going to be able to show you 3, 4, 5, maybe 6, 7. We can show you hundreds and hundreds of diamonds.
International Diamond Center, the only store here owned by a major diamond supplier with worldwide connections and enormous buying power, so you can buy like a dealer buys.
I've done all the hard work to bring the best value, the best quality diamond to you direct, period.
Exquisite diamonds straight from the diamond cutters.
There is no middleman. It's cutter, us, you.
International Diamond Center, 4 Orlando locations, and online at shopidc.com.
Before you ask her, ask us.
The Medal of Honor is the highest military decoration in the United States. Since it was established in 1861, there have been 3,517 people awarded with the medal. I'm Malcolm Gladwell, and our new podcast from Pushkin Industries and iHeartMedia is about those heroes. Listen to Medal of Honor, Stories of Courage, on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Medal of Honor, Stories of Courage.
Get semaglutide for half the price of Ozempic at Red Mountain Weight Loss today.
More Jim Colbert Show in 3, 2, 1.
What to do, Colbert Crew, Teabag from Rockwood. I got a specific set of skills, and I will find you, Jimmy. And I will try and sell you on some new trim work, windows, doors, crown molding, make the place look fancy. Anyways, y'all have a good day.
I love it, buddy. Good job. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. You can do trim work in any state, can't you? No license required.
Just got to know how to do it right.
Yeah. I have found the best payment for great trim work is ice cold beer and at least 3 slices of pizza. It's the same payment for moving.
There you go. Hanging a door.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Again, your 5 o'clock keyword is pay, P-A-Y. Slide over to realradio.fm and send that out for your chance at $1,000, guys. We hope you win that money. Get over there and get it.
Get you some.
Welcome back. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well. Wow. Every Wednesday at 5:20, we invite him over to talk about things happening in the world. He is a badass. He writes for the Orlando Sentinel. You can read his things Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays.
Not sure about that badass moniker.
He's the Truth Dragon. We call him Sweet Heat. Give it up good and loud for Scott Maxwell from the Orlando.
Woo-hoo!
I woke up to a text to Mr. Maxwell today. It was very, very, very romantic.
That is not true, but I'll tell you what is true. I noticed that we're using new video, and Jack and I discovered it's got a wider view. So, Jim, there's some more artwork. This one by my grandfather that you might want to take a dump all over. Since
I can see that you lost at least 3 of your golf balls in your collection too. You should get some practice.
Yeah, but look at all those
photos. I think that must have gotten knocked off the wall. That looks a little anemic right now.
Yeah. How's it going today, buddy? You all right?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. How about you?
Very
guys?
good. Yeah, we're just kind of hanging out. We were talking about that licensure, universal licensure that just got passed here in the state. So now you can take your requirements and go to other states. Other states can come here and don't have to jump through all the hoops to get up to speed to be able to work in the state.
Yeah, I think there's generally some advantages to that. In fact, my wife is still with the VA. Because when we moved down from North Carolina, the federal government, that was one of the few places where she could take her pharmacy degree without having to jump through all the hoops and get it. And heck, 25 years later, she's still working there.
Yeah,
so
man. We had a number of people calling in, teachers, engineers, talking about how you'd have to recertify. And I said my very own son-in-law is a surveyor, and the surveying requirements for Florida are way different than when he was in Colorado, up in Denver. So it helps out quite a bit. He had to come back and jump through all the hoops to get recertified to be able to do it here in Orlando.
I mean, on some levels, it makes some sense. You need to build houses, for instance, to a different standard down in Florida where hurricanes are coming through than you probably do in Montana. But not for, I think one of the examples that the governor, and he's right on this, has moved like barbers.
Yes.
If you can cut hair in New Jersey or Nebraska, you're probably going to be able to cut hair just fine here in Florida.
Sure thing. And one of the other things too is the way it works, because there's only 21 states that do it now, but there are more lined up to do it again. But it would require this, like if the standard for Florida was higher than the state you're coming from, you have to take what you have there, what they'll give you credit for, and then bounce you up to where you can be in Florida. Vice versa, if you go from Florida, which has a higher requirement, to a state that doesn't, and it's part of the program, you don't have to do anything. You can go right to work, which I think that's a big advantage.
Yeah, that makes sense. If you shouldn't be able to slide under, do less than the people who are already here, but people should be able to earn a living.
That's right.
The bottom line.
That's right, for sure. Well, so what you got for us today, buddy?
One thing I didn't even talk to you guys about because it didn't break until the Sentinel posted it up here. But I got to tell you, this is sort of steaming my clams. We posted a story just about an hour ago about our election supervisor, who we've talked about, I don't know how many times. He's the former guy who ran the Disney district, the former ethics commissioner, got into ethics trouble. He just hired a new attorney at his office using a no-bid contract. $450 an hour. And would you be surprised to know that apparently the most qualified attorney in all of Orange County just happened to be the best man at his wedding? Just happened to be
what a coincidence.
member a member of that Disney board that hired the election supervisor for his $400,000 a year job last year. Isn't it amazing?
Sounds so Greenberg-like.
Thousands of lawyers we got in Orange County. That guy just happened to be the most qualified.
In a no-bid contract, huh? That's wild. What are the what are the chances?
What are the chances? and I guarantee you, every person who walks into office and tells you, I am going to watch out for your taxpayer dollars, you better grab onto your damn wallet. You know, it's like, no, come on.
Oh, yeah, they're going to watch out for them. They're going to watch them leave your pocket and into their coffers there.
And I just don't think this stuff is that hard. Like, it's not that hard to not do this kind of thing, right?
Well, I mean, it's depending what your goal is.
I guess
right.
So.
That's exactly what it is. Depending on what your goal is, yeah, maybe it may be really difficult.
Man, if these guys were a part of a fraternity, it'd be like Tappa Trough, because they are always trying to just, gorge themselves.
Yeah. Here's the thing, that cronyism thing happens in business all the time. You would think, though, in politics, there's some transparency because of the idea of that equal,
we have sunshine state laws.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's transparency. We all know that he did it, and they're like, I don't know if I can do this on your video. They're all like, ha! There's your transparency.
Tap out.
Double flips. All right, what else you got for us today, buddy?
All right. Well, while we're talking about tax dollars, one of the things that that comes back to a topic we have talked about for a long time. You may have seen, I think Deb's even talked about it on one of her news segments. Sunrail bills are coming due. And basically, for 10 years, the state has covered Sunrail, covered the cost of Sunrail. And all along, for 10 years, they've said, okay, these bills, the local counties that it's serving, they're the ones that are going to have to pay. And that makes some sense. It runs through Volusia, Seminole, Orange, and Osceola. Manatee County shouldn't be paying for Sunrail. So they've always said it. Well, our counties have not gotten their act together. And all of a sudden, next year, there's going to be about $65 million worth of bills a year to keep paying this. And all these cities and counties are freaking the you-know-what out, trying to figure out how they're going to do it. Mayor Dimmings, you may have remember, has talked about raising sales taxes to pay for transit things. And
That's
one of the points I'm saying is the one we've talked about. Yeah, we've talked about before. They're trying to find $60 million on this one hand. This is my hand on the screen. Yeah. On the other hand, we have $330 million in hotel taxes that we have no bloody clue how to spend, except to expand the convention center for a 6th and 7th time. Now, these guys are, scratching on like monkeys, trying to, gosh, I wonder where we can get $60 million. Use the hotel taxes. Use the hotel taxes. This is a rail system that, by the way, I'm going to argue we need better transit here. The next route is supposed to go out to the airport. That absolutely is involved in serving tourists. We are just so hell-bent on protecting this money. And when I say we, the politicians here, for the tourism interest, that you're about to pay more if you live in Seminole County, Orange County, Osceola, unless they get their act together and finally stand up for tourists.
Now, I just saw the national layout for what the light rail is supposed to look like over the next 25 years or whatever. They showed one going from here to Tampa. They showed one that's, the one that's gone already down to Miami, Fort Lauderdale area. So any county that this rail touches is on the hook for some of this money, or is it just primarily the 4 that we have here?
That's a different system. That's high speed rail.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's the idea. What we have is what's known as commuter rail.
Just
so basically, if you think about it, there's just one that goes like ours is 40 miles. It basically runs up and down a spine, and it should go more places. As everybody knows here, it's pretty wimpy system right now. It doesn't run on weekends. It doesn't run at nights. Lots of times people think I'd love to take it down for a concert. Well,
Right.
you're out of luck for that because it's not running. I'll put it this way. Our rail system does not run like it runs in real cities,
right.
In big cities. You go catch a New York subway after a Broadway show. You know the rail's going to be running.
Right.
You're not going to be left standing at the station in Maitland till the next morning.
And Scott, you told me, I remember reading today, and you and I have talked about this before. Our setup here in Orlando is super similar to Las Vegas, right? It's tourism based, lots of hotel industry here. And if I remember you saying it right, they have the same scenario. They want to run a light rail, but they're digging into their tourism tax and they're using it for that. Am I accurate there?
That is generally correct. Yeah. So what the biggest difference is that the Las Vegas has something called a monorail system, and if anybody who's been to Vegas may have seen it before, it's not as big as ours, but it runs for about 4 or 5 miles, and it connects the convention center to a bunch of different resorts. And the thing that is completely different from how we do things here is that in Las Vegas, the Visitors Bureau, their version of Visit Orlando, it's called the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority. That they said, hey, you know what? There is a real benefit to us moving tourists off the roads, moving them on rail. We are going to purchase the monorail service, and we are going to fund it every year. And they have done that for the last 4 years. And what they're saying is there's a benefit to tourism and to the community. They've even done some numbers that show every trade show that comes in, they are taking 20,000 cars, taxi rides off the streets because these folks are able to use the monorail instead. That would have a big difference for us as well. When you think about the conventions and the trade shows and the theme parks we go here, every person who gets on one of those rides is one less car on the road.
Yeah, that just reduces the fun of I-4, Scott.
Yeah.
Come on.
Or I drive for that matter.
I
Come
drive.
On. What
yeah.
are you thinking?
Mwah.
Goodness gracious.
Mad Max.
So, and you contend, of course, and you have for years, because it's laughable now. You get that crazy laugh when we talk about this sometimes, which is my favorite thing you do. When you know there's no answer, but yet it's right there in front of you.
Yeah.
Because it's being ignored. How will this ever change? I mean, is there any legislation? I mean, it has to be almost like a clean sweep of the people making these decisions?
In large part. In fact, Jim, I in the column that I just posted, that'll be in tomorrow's paper, I actually end the column by saying you need to do this as a voter. You need to know who you're voting for. And as a general rule of thumb, if you see anybody who's endorsed by a hotel and lodging association, they've given a blood oath to be a puppet to those to tourism. And if you don't believe them, just ask any candidate, whether it's city council, county commissioner, state legislature, if you are elected, will you work to make sure we can use hotel taxes on things like rail? And if they say yes, you have your answer. And if they say anything else, you also have your answer. If they start the gobbledygook about how complicated it is, and let me tell you about why this tax was levied back in 1980, blah, 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 you have your answer.
Right. Unbelievable, man. So has there ever been a negotiation where they're like, has it ever been proposed what percentage of that they want? Have they said, hey, look, can you break us off 2% of this yearly? I mean, can you break us off 1% of this yearly? Do you go in asking for a flat fee, like, hey, we need a $70 million of this? Or is it like, hey, could you go in there and go, hey, can we get $10 million for the next 10 years of this? And it doesn't hit you all at once? Or is there any deal been made? Or what are the deals that look like? Or will they just simply won't discuss anything?
No, well, it's interesting you ask. I'm not going to say I'm smarter than the politicians here, but I knew that the bills were going to come due locally a long time ago. So 6 years ago, I back in 2018, I went to the mayor, Buddy Dyer, and then Mayor Teresa Jacobs, and I said, hey, you're about to have these bills come due. Why don't we just take like 1 penny? And this is your amount. This is to answer your question. There's 6 cents on the hotel tax. Why don't we just use one of those 6 cents, and we would be able to cover Sunrail and maybe some cops and things like that also. And both mayors said that sounds like a great idea. Oh. And I wrote a column, doofus that I was, that said, yippee, it sounds like there's hope that this may happen. It never happened. There was never even any discussion. Everybody went right back to getting their endorsements from the Hotel Lodging Association, cashing their campaign checks and expanding the convention center and boosting the Visit Orlando budget once again.
So are they connected to like a statewide Visit Florida? Are they just that much better connected to Tallahassee? Because this seems like it is a Visit Orlando, that they would be working better with Orlando leaders to address the needs of Orlando residents. Never mind, I'm making too much sense.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Years ago, like a decade ago, when I was writing, because technically it would require the state legislature to change the law, but that always starts from the local level up. It has to involve like mayors saying change it, and our mayors never do that in our county. But I talked to a senator from Tampa years ago, and I asked him, I said, hey, why won't you guys change the law? And he said, because you guys won't let us. He said, anytime anybody in Tallahassee starts talking about changing it, all the hotel and theme park interests from Orlando say, if you want to get another dime from us, you're going to shut the hell up about spending hotel taxes on rail, on cops, on roads, on sidewalks. You're going to keep spending it on the things that help boost our bottom line. And he said, your lobby in Orlando is one of the most powerful, along with sugar. And I'm going to say power like FPL in the state. And so all over the state, they answer to the tourism lobby here in Orlando.
Wow. I figured it had to be something that, because they seem to just usurp city leadership at every single level to where they don't have to come to the bargaining table, and it's confusing as to why.
Yeah. Is this a bipartisan thing? I mean, does it really matter?
It
doesn't really matter if you're a Democrat, Republican, as long as the money's coming in, it doesn't really matter. You'll answer the same question?
Most of them do. I will tell you this. I'll put it this way. There are a handful of elected officials who have vigorously pushed to diversify this spending. They happen to be Democrats, like Anna Eskamani. And in the state legislature, Nicole Wilson is a county commissioner. But of all those who refuse, it is a broad coalition of Republicans and Democrats. I mean, the county commission is, I think, all but one Democrats, and they have been very mealy-mouthed about
and
this.
Scott, how much campaign money are we talking? I mean, again, these are local campaigns. I mean, we're not talking about when you see campaign money at the presidential level, you're hearing $300, $400, $500 million. But I know these local city commission campaigns and these people who are legislators here in Central Florida. I mean, maybe a $10,000 check could be a big deal. What kind of money are we actually talking? How much does it cost to buy somebody like that?
Yeah, that's probably what you're talking about, closer to that range. Now, a lot of this gets really complicated because it's this dark money that's given to one committee and which is funneled to another committee. And one of the ways that's really weird is interest will give money to a committee run by a senator, say up in Gadsden County, and then he will spend money on ads down in Orlando to cover the trail, so that nobody can really find it. And it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but somebody else is spending money to another committee that's spending ads on behalf of that senator up in Gadsden County.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of this swapping going on.
And how many major players are part of this? Now, we know that Harris Rosen has a very good reputation here in Orlando, and he's one of the major hoteliers down on I-Drive in that corridor. But I know that he's probably a small player when it comes to the other big giant brands like Marriott and Hilton and Waldorf and all the other major brands. But there have to be representatives for those people. Has anybody ever gone to them and said, "Hey, look, this would be great for our community. Why are you guys sucking all this money up and kind of putting the people that are really funding this on blast? How can they not do that?"
Yeah, well, their answer will be because this tourist tax was never intended to help anything other than tourism. That's always been their answer. Now, that's exactly was the case in Las Vegas. And Las Vegas, after about 20 years, said, well, Christ almighty, tourists have a major impact on everything in our community. And so even the casinos got behind it out there and said, we need to start spending it. They've never done that here. Harris Rosen is a very good man. He was a Central Floridian of the Year. That said, Harris Rosen has been one of the driving forces for why this tax has never been diversified. In fact, if I'm going to be completely honest, that story I told you just a moment ago about a senator from Tampa saying as soon as he tried to file a bill to diversify it and told him people from Orlando called him and said, you better watch it, said Harris Rosen was one of the people who called him up there.
I'll be damned.
And he said, I don't think you guys in Orlando appreciate the sway that the folks down in Orlando have throughout Tallahassee when it comes to tourism.
Well, let me ask about that sway, because I find that interesting as well, because when we talked about these things with Universal and Disney, which we love and have great working relationship with them, but fair is fair. And when you have tax dollars paying for roads that lead directly into your business that I'm flipping the dollar for, how can they not just go, and what are you going to do? You're going to pick your hotel up and move it to Montana? What now? I mean, why do they have so much juice when you're the state? How is that allowed to happen? How can they not just look at these people and go, we really don't care? And by the way, what's it take to change this? Does it have to get on a ballot?
Because I think you're bringing an altruism to it. You're saying what's right and wrong. And I'm sorry to be cynical. I just don't think a lot of these people care. These are their donors and they're asking for things. I mean, as much as anything, and I'm going to start to sound like my friend Jason Garcia, as much as anything, this is a corporate state. I mean, all of America really is. Florida is. I mean, that's what's driving the laws in this country and in this state. It's corporations.
Right. Yeah.
And so when they ask for something, the question isn't why I would do this for you. The politicians would just say, sure, why wouldn't I?
Yeah. Somebody just texted in and said, hey, it's called a hotel tax, not a transportation tax. So really, it's the verbiage of what's happening and what passed in the 80s. And again, what would it take to change it other than it would just take to get it on the ballot, and it would never make it to the ballot, right?
And once I would tell you, once your people who stay in their hotels, if they agree not to use our roads, fine. If they agree not to use our police, fine. If they're going to not need to get around town, if they're not going to use the parks, fine. But they do use all those things.
Yeah.
By the way, I dare them to spend one damn weekend here and not use any of our water.
Yeah.
No, don't flush a damn toilet. Don't take a shower when you're tourists. If you think there's no cost to having tourists, having a population about 3 times this city's size, come here at any given time. If you think there's no impact, all right, you go ahead and believe that.
Yeah,
pal.
we know that's not true. Oh, I love seeing you get mad.
I'm so glad that person texted in that question.
Yeah.
I saw it. I'm like, oh, here we go.
Here we go. Yeah. And 3, 2.
Well, my friend Eric Gray, who runs the Christian Service Center, who's become very vocal on this. He says, have you ever met a tourist that came to town and didn't flush a toilet?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Or use a road.
Like, and we have serious water issues. Right. I mean, we spend a lot of money trying to protect our water supply. And that's just one example. But of course, there's an impact. Yeah. That's what, and I went down this road 25 years ago when I went to Las Vegas, and I spent time going out to the people who were in Las Vegas, and I went to like a bartender who lived in Summerlin 10 miles away, and for him this was a no-brainer. He was a bartender at a strip resort, and he said, well, of course tourists use our roads, why wouldn't they help pay for them?
Yeah,
I mean, it's a no-brainer everywhere else.
Yeah. Well, buddy, it's always good talking to you, and the angrier the better. It's just nothing in the world like it. You guys give it up good and loud for Scott Maxwell.
Yay! Woo!
Again, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, you can read his column right there in the Orlando Sentinel. Get your subscription, orlandosentinel.com. Cost pennies, but the information you get is absolutely incredible, including great pieces from our man, Scott. But good seeing you, and have a good week.
All right, talk to you next week.
You got it, buddy. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us, 77031. Your 5 o'clock keyword is pay, P-A-Y. You got a few minutes to get over to realradio.fm and try to win that money. Remember, when you get there, keep your phone on, turn it up, and answer it when it calls, even if you do not recognize the number. Back in a sec with trivia.
We have a prize. Get on board at 407-916-1041. Jim Colbert Show Trivia is brought to you by Cento Family Moving and Storage. That's CENTO moving.com.
Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network, presented by DraftKings Fantasy.
Orlando City SC will put a 3-game win streak on the line tonight there in Nashville. The Lions coming off a weekend victory over New England. The Magic will continue their NBA Summer League slate tonight there in Vegas. Orlando faces Memphis in search of a 3rd straight win. And Mattel is honoring basketball legend Sue Bird. They've named her the next athlete in the Barbie Sports Role Model doll line. I'm Scott Davidson.
Check out what DraftKings has to offer this season with code SPORTS, because life's more fun when you're in on the action. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Age and eligibility restrictions apply. Void where prohibited. See DraftKings.com for details.
Man, this summer it's time to get that brand new grill at a great price from our friends over at Tools Ace Hardware, up to $300 off. A brand new Traeger grill. Get that beautiful wood-fired flavor when you cook outside. Maybe you like propane grills. I get it, man. Up to $150 off a Napoleon grill. That's like a professional level grill. Incredible heat across the entire cooktop. They also carry grills and pizza ovens from Big Green Egg, Weber, Rectech, Gosney, and Uni. And when you buy a grill from Tools Ace, you get free assembly and free local delivery on grill purchases $3.99 and up. It's Tools Ace Hardware, 13 convenient locations right here in Central Florida, or just shop online at acehardware.com. It's Tools Ace, your local helpful place.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go: shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms: irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
This July, celebrate America's independence with a fresh view from Renewal by Andersen. Their custom-built, energy-efficient windows and doors will enhance the beauty and value of your home and also increase your comfort. Renewal by Andersen uses their unique Fibrex material, which combines both elegance and resilience, offering you double the strength of traditional vinyl. And Renewal by Andersen's beautiful designs offers you a variety of color options, hardware, and more, making them truly your own. Plus, everything is made right here in the USA in Minnesota. Right now, buy any 4 windows or patio doors and get the 5th free. Plus, enjoy 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 18 months. Don't miss this limited time offer. Visit rbafla.com to schedule your free consultation today. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring experienced window and door installers. Celebrate freedom and comfort with Renewal by Andersen, official sponsor of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. License number CGC 1527613.
Cento Family Moving and Storage is Central Florida's trusted source for local and long-distance moving. From packing to delivery, Cento Moving is fully licensed and insured to provide you a seamless moving experience so you can enjoy your new home in no time. Get a quote today at centomoving.com. Forget the stress, move with the best.
Do you need your contractor's license? In 4 short weekends with Camtech School of Construction, you'll be able to ace the state exam. Get legal, get licensed, get Camtech. Join us for a free info seminar this Thursday night at 7 p.m. at the Holiday Inn Universal. 1-800-875-PASS.
Let the professionals at Fence Outlet save you time and money. We handle everything from the free estimate to the install. We do it all, and you get 0% financing. So come into Fence Outlet or visit fenceoutlet.com today. License number C-10252 and C-10803.
Introducing Lumi for Men, and we named him Mando. American-made, doctor-developed, clinically proven whole-body deodorant, built for men, built for hard work. I'm Dr. Shannon Klingman, the inventor of Mando Whole Body Deodorant for pits, packages, and feet, because we all know our pits aren't the only place we get odor. Mando Whole Body Deodorant is different from anything you've ever tried before. It stops odor before it starts, powered by our acidified technology. Mando controls odor anywhere you have it. My patented whole body deodorant formula has over 200,000 5-star reviews. And because Mando has a 60-day stink-free guarantee, you can try Mando risk-free.
For a limited time, new and returning customers can go to shopmando.com and save up to 30% on products like the Mando Starter Pack, Bourbon Leather Cleansing Bar, and Mount Fuji Solid Deodorant. Plus, get free shipping when you use the Black Friday and July code listed on site. That's shopmando.com to save up to 30% today. That's shopmando.com. See site for details.
The door to your happy place is right around the corner at Shipley Donuts. With more than 60 varieties to choose from, Shipley Donuts serves freshly made delights daily. Visit us today at 2255 South Cimarron Boulevard.
Ugh, I've been feeling so sluggish. I'm just kind of blah.
Been there. That's why I take Align yogurt-coated probiotic fruit bites.
But I suppose they taste blah.
Actually, they taste delicious. It's an apple blueberry flavored center covered in a yogurt coating and is infused with probiotics to help support a healthy gut. They come 5 in a pouch. I just toss one in my bag and go.
Toss one in my bag?
Get your own.
New Align yogurt-coated probiotic fruit bites from the makers of the #1 doctor-recommended probiotic brand. Find them in the digestive care aisle.
Sponsored by the Nickley Group with Keller Williams Realty. Get a guaranteed cash offer on your home at thenickley.com.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
This is the Jim Colbert Show. Take us with you for free on the iHeartRadio app.
If you don't have a split house, master bedroom on one side and 2 or 3 bedrooms on the other, it's hard to open it up. There is a possibility, but when all the bedrooms are crammed into the side, my wife did a great job in designing how my house is. It's totally open. I took all the damn doors off, except the bathroom.
And we're all grateful.
There you go. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Got about 5 minutes to get over there and get the word pay entered in. That is your 5 o'clock keyword. We'll have a freshie for you at the top of the hour.
Freshie.
Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb is here.
Yo.
And Jack has the Jackie sack. All aboard.
Chugga, chugga.
Choo-choo.
Clickety-clack, clickety-clack.
Oh, here we go. In the Jackie Sack, I pull out a pair of tickets. This will be the prize for today's winner of JCS Trivia, and you will get to see Styx this Saturday night at the Mid-Florida Credit Union Amphitheater in Tampa. Now I'm thinking I might want to go.
Oh.
So if you win, maybe. If you ask, I'll think about it. All right? But if you win, you're going to get 2, and you really get to do with those 2 tickets as you see fit. The Jackie Sack is brought to you by
Cento Family Moving and Storage. Got a move coming up? Give yourself a break and hire their fully trained expert moving crews. Don't worry, they're adept in packing your things, handling your furniture, safe driving, customer service, and so much more. Speaking of more, mention the Jim Colbert Show, and that bad boy will get you a discount. Book them today at CentoMoving.com. That's CENTO. Moving.com. That's quite a quickety-clack.
Oh, good job.
Thanks. Back to you.
All right. Thanks, Steph. I appreciate that.
I'm not sure what happened.
All right, Jack, who goes first today?
I didn't know if I should buzz or not.
We're all confused.
It's Christy up first.
Let's go, Christy, here on line 4. Christy, how you doing?
Good. How are you guys?
Doing great. Would you like to play a little game with us?
Yeah, I sure would.
All right, let's do it then.
Game show.
All right, Christy, this is a pretty easy game. I got a question here for you. 4 answers. One of these answers, Christy, it's untrue. I am trying to fool you.
No.
Liar. But if you can see through that, I will send you out to see Styx a little bit later this month. Are you ready?
Yep, I am.
All right, here we go. On this day in 1954, former Chancellor of Germany, Angela Merkel, was born. All right. Here are 3 fun facts about Germany and 1 schnitzel of a lie.
Oh, that's some good eating right
All
there.
right, we're talking about Germany here, Christy. Tell me which one of these is untrue. Number 1, Germany was the country that established daylight savings time. Number 2, Germans spend more money on clothes than any other country. Number 3, in Germany, your baby's name has to be approved by the government. They can deny your child's name. Or lastly, in Germany, it's not considered a crime to try to escape from jail because it's a natural human instinct to be free. Which of those is untrue?
Dude, I'm going to go with the last one.
No, that is true.
No way.
In Germany, if you try to break out of jail, they don't penalize you for you because they tell you it's a natural human instinct to be free. In other words, they consider that an involuntary action. In other words, you can't help it.
Right.
So they don't penalize you for it.
Wow.
Very cool. Who's next, Jack?
Matt from Rockledge.
Matt from Rockledge is right there on line 3. Matt, how you doing, buddy?
Dog, I just spent $500 on Amazon Prime Day. My day is going rough, my man.
I want to know what he got.
Well, if it's for your wife, it's going to go great.
Yeah, good point.
All right, buddy.
Oh, no, it's for me.
All right, then it's going to go poorly.
It is.
All right, buddy, we're talking about Germany here. Which one of these is untrue? Number 1, Germany was the country that established daylight savings time. Number 2, Germans spend more money on clothes than any other country. Or lastly, in Germany, your baby's name has to be approved by the government. They can deny your child's name.
I'm going to say number 1, Jimmy.
No, that's true, boss. That's absolutely true. Germany was the country that established daylight savings time, I think back in 1910, if I remember, something like that. Jack, who's next?
Scott.
Scott right there on line 2. Scott, how you doing?
Outstanding.
All right, very nice, Scott. All right, here we go. You got a 50-50 shot at winning these tickets. Which one of these about Germany is untrue? Number 1, Germans spend more money on clothes than any other country. Or lastly, in Germany, your baby's name has to be approved by the government. They can deny your child's name.
The clothes.
That's the one. You're a winner.
Yay! Scott is going to Styx.
Very good. I'm going to put you on hold, Scott. Great job. You are a winner.
So that means the German government can deny your choice for a baby's name.
And you obviously know why.
Oh.
Yeah, you're not going to name your kid Adolf in Germany anymore, guys.
Yeah.
That ain't ever happening.
No.
Chances are you haven't had an Adolf, let's say 48.
Yeah.
That's what I would guess. I didn't do any research on it, but if I had to guess, chances are
you're right.
They don't want any Adolfs or Adolfs coming from Germany anymore.
Right.
They've had their fill.
Only took one.
But, yeah, Germans do not spend more money on clothes than any other country. A couple other things you may not know about Germany, though, before we get to the top of the hour. In Germany, to order 1 beer, what do?
Order a pretzel?
No.
Hold up 1 finger.
You hold up 1 thumb.
A thumb.
And if you want 2 beers, it's your thumb and your index finger. And if you want 3 beers, it's your thumb, your index finger, and your bird finger.
But you do want to be careful in what countries you use your thumb.
Yeah.
It means a whole lot of different stuff.
That's right. Let's see. It's illegal to run out of gas on the Autobahn in Germany.
You'd be screwed, dude.
And by the way, 65% of all of the roads in Germany do not have speed limits. Yeah. So you cannot run out of gas on those roads. Let's see. Germany has the highest recycling rate in the entire world.
It's a scam.
Germans recycle more.
Maybe not there. It is.
Really.
I think glass is recyclable still.
Oh, glass and steel and paper.
Well, I mean,
it's just the plastics that we're eating that's not.
They're drinking a lot of beer out of glass out there.
Yeah, they are.
Germany's capital, Berlin. Is it bigger? Well, that's a dead giveaway. How many times larger than Paris is Berlin?
Really?
How many times larger?
4.
5.
9.
Times bigger than
Berlin
Paris?
is 9 times bigger than Paris.
Are you kidding me?
Multiple sites confirm that. 9 times bigger. And then lastly here, the soft drink.
Orange knee-high.
God, you're close.
Peach knee-high.
Grape knee-high.
Not knee-high.
Mellow yellow.
Nope.
Mountain Dew.
No.
Orange Crush.
Fanta.
Fanta.
Fanta was invented in Germany. There you go. Some fun facts about the country of Germany. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Back in a second, because more people are experimenting with this sexually than they have at any other time. I'll tell you what that is next.
No.
Your 30 seconds of airtime awaits. The Talkback feature on the free iHeartRadio app. Follow Real Radio 104.1, tap the microphone, and speak.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. goldsmithjewelry.com.
Heavy traffic reported in the usual spots on I-4 today in the Orlando area, both east and westbound by the major attractions exits as well as through downtown. Delays heavy as well in Seminole County between the Greenway exit and the St. Johns River Bridge. Looking at delays north and southbound on the Turnpike by the Oakland Exchange exit and 192. If you see traffic problems, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Short on time? Hi, I'm Chad. Drive into one of our 30 Orlando Valvoline Instant Oil Change locations. You can stay in your car and let us get you back on the road in no time. No appointment needed. Always quick, but never rushed. That's Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Rebathroom in Florida does one thing and one thing only, and that is change the feel of your entire house with a brand new bathroom. It doesn't matter. It could be your guest bath, it could be your master bath. They do not care. What they do care about, though, is the products they bring in, and they are beautiful, including natural stone like travertine and marble, and all of the beautiful implements they have, multiple choices of tubs and toilets and sinks and lighting and cabinetry and tile. Guys, it's amazing. And if you mention the Jim Colbert Show, they'll throw in $800 more for free. That's right, $800 in upgrades for your bathroom from Rebath. Their showroom is so easy to find, 436 Up and Altamont. And when you go in, you're going to see some models set up, like 10 of them or so. But look, guys, that's just so they can showcase their products in different configurations to give you an idea of what they can do. Your bathroom is going to be completely custom, I assure it. And even better, when you log on to the website, go and look at this before and afters, what they're doing for people, including our friend Daryl Payne. 2 bathrooms from him. Amazing stuff. You can get that as well. Log on to the website, book your appointment today, and don't forget to tell them the Jim Colbert Show sent you for $800 in upgrades. It's Rebath, midfla.com.
Splish Splash, Central Florida. Are you underwater in your current ride? RC Hill here from RC Hill Mitsubishi. If you're going off the deep end on a car you hate, bring it to me, and I'll give you up to $5,000 more than Kelley Blue Book value. At RC Hill Mitsubishi, we're all about affordability, so you could drive a nicer, newer car today, like the brand new 2024 Outlander. $1 down, $399 a month, including taxes and fees, and save up to $8,500. You can check out the 2024 Mirage, 43 miles per gallon. Lifetime warranty, $219 per month, including tax and fees. So if you're sinking in a car that's stinking, bring it to me, and you could get up to $5,000 more than Kelley Blue Book value. RC Hill has handpicked, certified used cars on sale this month. But hurry, a deal this good will dry up soon. I'm RC Hill. I'm your car dealer next door. Visit me at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
$1 down requires bank approval. Example, stock number 1574. $1 down, $289 per month for 84 months at 5.9 APR. Visit rchill.com for details.
Tired of taking
taking allergy pills every day to treat your allergies. Aspire Allergy and Sinus has helped thousands, including me, who spent years suffering before finally doing something. Like Aaron, most migraines were alleviated almost immediately after a sinus surgery with Aspire. Or Julie, who didn't even realize it was allergy season because she felt so much better after taking her allergy drops. Fixing your allergies are easier than you think it is. Go to AspireAllergy.com to set your appointment today. That's AspireAllergy.com.
I'm Olivia. When I was injured in a car crash, I knew from listening to the station who I needed to call. I called attorney Glenn Klossman. I knew I had a super lawyer on my side. I was extremely happy with the results. I'm Olivia, and I highly recommend attorney Glenn Klossman, Office Winter Park.
Wow. Biden's at it again.
Inflation, rising costs for everything. What now?
Try big government control of our Medicare drug benefit.
The more I hear, the more it seems we can't afford Biden's Medicare agenda.
They're right. And it's because seniors are already feeling the pain of Biden's drug coverage changes, with almost 2 million forced from their plans and spiked premiums for nearly 5 million more. Now, Congress wants to expand the Biden Medicare agenda even more. But studies show Biden's plan will restrict access, shrink coverage, and limit availability of needed drugs for all seniors. Thankfully, Senator Rick Scott is a champion for Medicare drug coverage. Call him at 202-224-3121. Urge him to stop Biden's radical Medicare changes by opposing S-1246 now. Paid for by Seniors for Better Care.
Cam found out that group chats between different phones aren't private.
Or encrypted.
Thank you. We only text in code.
Yes, which I created. I created a code.
Yes. Which can be a little annoying.
Wait, was that your attempt at the code?
You already forgot the code, didn't you?
I should have written it down.
The place to safely send messages between different devices. WhatsApp. Message privately with everyone.
Cento Family Moving and Storage is Central Florida's trusted source for local and long-distance moving. From packing to delivery, Cento Moving is fully licensed and insured to provide you a seamless moving experience so you can enjoy your new home in no time. Get a quote today at CentoMoving.com. Forget the stress, move with the best.
Russell Peters Relax World Tour.
I go, my parents are from India. She goes, oh, India. See, I knew India. Indian people, you have a big eyes and long eyelash like a cow. Wow, 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 wow.
August 1st, inside Hard Rock Event Center at Seminole Hard Rock, Tampa.
Wow, 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 wow. I didn't know what to do. I just tipped her and thank you, bye-bye, and I left.
On sale now at casino.hardrock.com/Tampa or Ticketmaster.com. Russell Peters, Seminole Hard Rock, Tampa.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman & Lind Studios. Why Kaufman & Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station, the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, BANK, B-A-N-K, BANK. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
At work, just pretend you're on a Zoom call with us. Your mic is off. Your mic is off. The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube. Subscribe and watch.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Your 6 o'clock keyword is BANK, B-A-N-K. Go to realradio.fm and send that off for your chance at $1,000. BANK will do it, guys. Again, if you're playing the game, phone on, phone up, and answer it when they call. That's how they tell you you've won.
Even if it says restricted.
BANK is your 6 o'clock keyword. Good luck, guys. Welcome back. I am Jim. There's Deb.
Hola.
Jack is here as well. A little bit later in the show, or a little bit later this evening, you're going to hear two pretty funny guys and a guy that just hangs out.
But what's on after Tom and Dan?
Oh. I think for his 14th or 15th show, you guys give it up good and loud. He's the man.
Yeah, he is.
Mr. Ross Padgett.
Yes, that is correct. We are on episode 14, and man, it goes by fast.
Yes, it does. Just the other day, you were doing episode 2.
Yeah. It feels like this should be like episode 6 or 7, but no, this is at episode 14. I think it's definitely pretty entertaining. Real fast, Jim.
That's all I do.
What's his?
It's his only speed.
Have you ever caught wind of this Dave Ramsey guy?
Yeah, of course. I've heard of Dave Ramsey. Yes, of course.
Well, not only should have heard of him, you should also be pretty pissed off at Dave Ramsey.
Oh no!
Why is that?
He's jacking all your swag. He's taken every square inch of Jim Colbert and went, I'm just going to do a better version of that.
Same haircut.
Same haircut. He's got the glasses, but they're like professional glasses, but still cool guy glasses. I don't know. I was reading his book, and boy, gobbledygook did not understand any of it.
Yeah. It's basically just save and don't spend. That's what it is.
Use cash, put it in envelopes.
That's right. Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not going to put cash in envelopes. His next chapter, put it underneath my mattress. What are we doing here, Dave? What are we doing here?
He's very,
very
popular guy, man. He's made a lot of money in his life.
Yeah, and then I find out that he's also in the radio. I don't know. If I'm you, I would be pretty pissed off. This guy is just like
ganking your style.
Yeah, dude. What is he? Is he also from Palatka?
No.
It's going to be a small world.
He's not from Blackets. So I know we had another episode of Good Sauce tonight. I listened last week and laughed my ass off. You guys are really kind of sliding into some pretty good chemistry. Joel is coming along great, and your buddies that slide in occasionally offer a different perspective that is fun as well. They need to they got to talk, speak up, tell them to get louder.
Yeah. We got to get them a little bit drunker, but it's been going really, really well, and I think we're all still learning and growing into this whole thing. And we're getting to know each other, but at the end, we don't want people to. I know that we want people to feel every now and then, but still, the number one thing is hopefully we get a couple of laugh out loud moments out of all of our listeners. And I think tonight's episode is going to accomplish that. A little tease, a little preview for you, because it's almost Judgment Day. My wife's about to give birth. In about 4 to 6 hours, it feels like.
No. Oh.
Yeah, our due date, let me clarify the joke there. Our due date is September 6th, but I keep trying to get ahead of the game. Husbands and wives, I wonder if I'm the only one. Do you guys ever ask your partner, not like what to do, but what not to do?
What now?
In what regard?
In the birthing experience?
So this entire pregnancy, I've been learning what to do. And then it was always from other people and sometimes my wife, but I kind of had to take a moment and go like, well, what am I supposed to really not do? And I asked my wife, what are the top 7 things she doesn't want me to say during the throes of birthing another human being.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Okay, so
here we go.
In the room.
Here's the best thing about the list you're going to tell us. The best thing about this list is it is going to change in an hour.
Yeah.
But
So
what do you got?
are you curious for what my wife specifically told me not to say while she's giving birth?
Absolutely.
I'm dying to know this.
I'm not going to lie, I got a little offended because she's telling me not to say these things because she knows that there's a absolute possibility of me doing this.
I know one of them.
Number 7 is chill, baby, chill.
Who would say that anyway? Who would look at their wife as birthing a bowling ball and say chill?
Rod.
So here's the thing.
Giving birth to an eggplant.
I don't think I would say that. But I also don't know if I wouldn't,
right?
Which is why she brought it up. And it's on the. If I look at her and she's, about to do the whole thing, and all of a sudden I just go, "Oh, I think I'm gonna faint." That's number 6.
Yeah.
If I can't faint, I can't faint.
You can't even act like anything's happening.
No, you got to do that off camera, out of eye view.
Yeah, I gotta be like the Titanic captain, very stoic. Even though I know this is
going down.
Oh, this is crazy. Yeah.
Your facial expression is gonna say a lot. You gotta be very cool.
If I look at her in the middle of pregnancy, right in the middle of birth, and I just go, oh man, I am getting tired. Here are the things that I can't say.
That's a no-go.
All right.
Yeah. Number 4 is, and this is probably the strongest probability of I might say this, and I'm going to be stressed out. I'm going to be freaking out. She's sweating. She's screaming. I'm looking at doctors going, is it okay if I vape in here? Can I vape in here? So can't vape. No 5% menthol for me in that room for sure.
No ripping the flute.
Yeah. Number 3, this is probably the most offended I got when she said, you cannot say this. You literally cannot say this. I don't know if I can do this.
Yeah, no. Too late for that part, Ross.
Like, how am I supposed to not get... Look, I'm getting closer. Yeah, how am I supposed to not get, like, a little offended over that she thinks that it's a possibility of me going, like, tapping out. Bob, you got this. I'm out. Deuces.
Yeah. She's going to look at you and say, you did this, bitch.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, you have done this.
The amount of times that she's just been sashaying throughout the house, and then she'll look at me and go, what did you do to me? I think we're close to about 42 times in the last 7 months here. Number two is relax, just relax. When I was told that's something that she doesn't want to hear, that started a 20-minute conversation because I was like, the situation is bad when the words relax is like, inflammatory. I had no idea that relax could be so barbed.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
It sounds like you're telling her what to do as if she has a choice not to relax. I mean, she is giving birth. I mean, there's no relaxing. All right, give me number 1 because if your number 1 is the one that I was told, I'm going to laugh my ass off. But I was specifically told not to say this.
All right, I'm wondering, Jack, were you ever told what not to say?
No, I'm the man of this household.
This guy, I love it.
I say what's going on.
Right. Were you even there?
I was there, and it was C-section. This is surgery I was there for.
Oh, yeah, it
And
wasn't the same game. Yeah, it wasn't the same game.
When you get close to the, D-Day, Judgment Day, right, as I keep calling it, you get really involved in videos late at night. And I have watched random people at their most vulnerable moments over and over again.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I'll be honest with you. I would say 80% of the videos, I think I prefer this. Don't ask me why. But if I have the option of seeing I like seeing the Spanish births. I think they're a little bit more like, I don't know, those YouTube videos that I've seen of like Spanish families giving births. That's like, I think we're going to be closer to that vibe than just a hunch.
They're like grilling in the background, right? Like fixing cars in the room and
there's
stuff.
Music, there's food, there's all the family.
What was the number 1 thing again?
All right, so the number 1 thing is actually a tease for your 8 o'clock showing tonight. No, I'm not going to do that. Are you kidding me?
Come on.
I'm not gonna, it was a joke. It's a joke. I'm not going to do that. Number 1, and this is the thing that she told me. This is the number 1 thing and this is the strongest possibility of it all. The number 1 thing that she told me not to say is, let's go.
I thought it was going to be like gnarly.
Yeah. I can't. God. I mean, I think that encompasses it all. I can't look at her in that moment and go like, "This is pretty nar, babe. This is getting for real on the fields." I can't do any fun limerick or something like that.
And that means you can't even change it to "Vamos, Bob." Don't try and bring that Latin vibe by going "Vamos, Bob."
Vamos, Babacito. I did ask her though, is if I'm pretty sure I can get away with a non-college let's go. You know what I'm talking about? Like that was a college let's go.
What's
let's go?
Yeah, that's a bro let's go.
That's a bro, let's go. You're trying to jump the 4-wheeler over the creek, let's go.
Let's bro.
Send it. It's got send it vibes.
Yes,
you know?
it does.
I can't be in the middle of the room and she's doing, the Lord's work, producing another human being, and I'm going like full send, send it, Hondo. Can't do that.
Your tiger fist pumping in the background in a red sweater.
I'll ruin one joke that's on the podcast. I referred to it as a foam finger let's go. I can't do the foam finger let's go sporting event. And I think if I hit it with one O, if I go like let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
You can't draw it out?
You're doing great, sweetheart.
More sensitive. Honey, let's go.
All right, so
let's go. It's
but yeah, there's
let's go.
And there's plenty of more of that same discussion tonight at 8 o'clock.
Very good. My ex told me, do not tell me you love me.
What?
Really?
Yeah. Do not say that. Do not say anything about how much. Don't do any of that while I'm doing this. I don't want to hear any of that.
I love you, baby. I'm so proud of you.
Exactly.
Let's go.
None of that. None of that. Go. I'm so proud. Baby
I'm really
stuff.
tired.
I did not want any of that. Just
really?
I got a jet.
Hold my hand and be quiet. That's what I was told.
Yeah, but then you took it too far. So instead of saying I love you, you're like, listen, I really not a big fan. I just you just overcompensate the not love you.
Sometimes you're okay, but overall,
hey, as far as a relationship, I'm indifferent. Good luck with the birth.
I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say.
Exactly.
I'm doing my best. I'm still going into it, trying to, sit shotgun for the whole thing.
You think she's going to go early?
I mean, listen, I don't think she can hear me right now.
Very
I
careful.
Think she is passed. Yeah, I think she's passed out with the salt lamp and incense in the other room right now. I think if a sneeze goes the wrong way, this thing's going to happen.
Yeah.
I think my prediction is a little early.
Can you tell them what you told me today about the?
Yes. Yeah. So as Jim was going into work, we talked, and she had just had a doctor's appointment, and it definitely confirmed what she was kind of afraid of. When I was born, I was 10 pounds, I think 5 ounces. When Olivia was born, she was 10 pounds, 5 ounces. We had the same exact birth weight. And according to that doctor, we are going for 36 pounds come September 6th. no, comedic exaggeration. yeah, but as of right now, this baby, I believe, is 2.5 weeks bigger than the average size of a baby. So we are our child, our son, who I think we've got a name, but we'll save that for when it happens, when it goes down. Wait for the paperwork to hit pin right there. But this child of mine is supposed to be enormous as of right now.
Going to be born with a CDL.
Oh my gosh, is she still going to go natural? No.
Go for a C-section. She's going to squirt out a third grader.
She doesn't want to go natural.
I think she's going to, Deb, I think she's trying to give birth the same way that I drank beer in the 4 hours of college that I went to. A lot of natural, a lot of natties.
A lot of natty.
A lot of natty. A lot of ice.
Well, let's go.
That's what's going to happen.
Let's go.
Let's go. I'm on the edge of my seat. I sweat just looking at her right now.
Don't say that.
I feel like I'm a mime who's trying to juggle whenever she walks into the home. So I'm like, whatever you want, whatever you need.
Yeah.
What is it? Ice pack.
And
you want a journal? Popcorn read? What's up?
And what are you juggling? Emotions.
Right.
It got me reading a damn Dave Ramsey book. That's how much I'm out of my mind right now.
All right, buddy.
But all's good. I hear that all the stress goes away never. So I look forward to it.
Yeah, you're going to be doing good. You'll do just fine. Good seeing you, boss, as always. And remember, that's Good Sauce tonight, 8 o'clock. It's Good Sauce with Ross and Joel. It's a good time, a great podcast, and that's what they're talking about tonight.
And if there's one thing I could plug before I get out.
Oh, what happened?
There you
go. Our award-winning Fringe show, 10 sketches from the Orlando Fringe, will be coming out on YouTube over the next 5 to 6 weeks. All on YouTube. Each sketch will drop about once or twice a week. It's the hardest I have ever worked on creating anything. It's stupid hard. It's so hard, I don't know if I'll ever do it again, because theater is way harder than having a beer and then telling jokes at a comedy club.
For sure it is. Yeah.
So right now, as I speak, the first sketch is already up. We posted it yesterday. And I hope all of the listeners get to sit back and enjoy some live sketch comedy. I'm trying to bring it back. I'm trying to remind people that live sketch comedy works.
I saw that, buddy. Well, we wish you the best, of course. And anytime you need any promo, give us a holler. Good and loud for Ross Padgett.
Yay! It's all love.
All right, good sauce
All right,
tonight.
I'm going to go light more incense.
All right, very good. All right, good sauce with Ross and Joel tonight at 8 o'clock. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan, brought to you by Gringos Locos and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 8 p.m., it's Good Sauce with Ross and Joel. At 9, it's Real Laughs, followed by Real Music Weekends at 10 on Real Radio 104.1 and on your free iHeartRadio app.
Looking at a slow ride on I-4 still this afternoon by the major attractions exits and through downtown. Traffic remains backed up as well between the Greenway exit in Seminole County and the St. Johns River Bridge. Expect delays to continue north and southbound on Florida's Turnpike near 192 and Osceola Parkway, as well as between the Oakland Exchange exit and Mineola. If you see traffic problems, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Macy's Backstage. Shop Macy's Backstage today for amazing deals on everything you need for summer. Get low prices every day at Macy's Backstage. Find a store near you at macy'sbackstage.com. Off price, on trend, arriving daily.
Look, man, when you have a house to sell, you want to buy a house, that's a real stressful scenario, especially if you're not really sure about the area you're moving to, or maybe even sure about what your house is worth. That's why you got to get with people like the Nickley Group. These guys are changing the real estate game, stress-free, innovative real estate solutions for sellers and buyers. And do not believe the news that this market is softening. Don't believe it at all. Homes in Orlando are selling for gigantic record prices. You will be fine. So if you're considering selling your home for any reason, downsizing, relocating, maybe you just need a bigger home as your family gets bigger, contact the Nickley Group, man. They have a lot of answers for you. And not only do they sell homes on an average for 6% more, they sell them twice as fast as well. And here's what you can get happen. Here's what's going to happen for you. You could get your home valued instantly. You could get a guaranteed cash offer or list your home. Do that today at thenickley.com, and you can Google them. 3,000 5-star reviews. If you're longing for that next level real estate experience, mortgage services, moving assistance, elite marketing, an entire team of experienced realtors to handle your case, you got to get with the Nickley Group. That's NICKLEY Group.com.
With over 100 million albums sold, 20 #1 hits, and 10 #1 albums, an evening of icons, an unforgettable night of classic hits. With the Commodores and Pointer Sisters. With special guests, the Spinners. November 14th, inside Hard Rock Event Center at Seminole Hard Rock, Tampa. Get tickets now at casino.hardrock.com/Tampa or Ticketmaster.com. Seminole Hard Rock, Tampa.
Man, you want to make sure your AC is always going to be there for you like a soldier. You can do that with Mills Air. They've been doing it for 30 plus years here in Central Florida. What does that mean? Well, that means they understand what this brutal environment offers for us in the summer, and they know all the tricks of the trade to make sure your AC stays running all year long. They're very good at it, and even better, they're carrier factory authorized dealers. Why is that a big deal? Because if you do need a new unit, these guys can get you up to $1,275 in rebates towards that brand new carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. And let me tell you guys, you can damn sure turn to these guys. They are here to help, and they've helped everybody on this show and all of our friends and family too. They come through for you for sure. Family owned and operated. Call today. Schedule that appointment. It's 407-277-1159. You can easily find them online at millsair.com.
Car crash? Call Clausman. ClausmanLaw.com. That's KLAUSMAN.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
Coming
coming back to Las Vegas. September 20th and 21st. Streaming live only on Hulu.
A weekend full of superstar performances.
Tickets are on sale now at AXS.com.
Hey, pool season fanatics, your summer persona is calling. It's time for sun-soaked party scenes at MGM Grand, new luxury cabanas at Bellagio, and sandy beach living at Mandalay Bay. Show off your poolside only with MGM Rewards. Visit MGMRewards.com for details.
Let me tell you a story. I had a client who got injured. He only asked for the insurance company to cover his rent for 3 months. They said no. We ended up getting him $325,000. Just call Mo Goulet, Orlando's injury attorneys. Prospective client may not obtain the same or similar results.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. If you own a timeshare, don't miss this public service announcement from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. If you really want out of your timeshare, hang the phone up immediately or throw that mail piece in the trash and contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance with your timeshare. As the only Inc. 500 timeshare cancellation company, our knowledge, experience, and results has made Wesley a trusted resource for over 40,000 families we've helped get out of their timeshare. Give us a call, and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about your timeshare and all of your options for cancellation.
Call for your free info kit, 800-954-3322. 800-954-3322. 800-954-3322.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Today, we're the largest injury firm in the world, and I'm thankful to you for trusting us all these years. We'll always be here for the people, not the powerful. Injured? The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
With 3 generations and over 45 years of Florida experience, Handyman Roofing knows storms and hurricanes. We know how to evaluate storm-damaged roofs and not cause more damage. Handyman Roofing has the expertise to get your roof done. Plus, easy financing in case your insurance company is dragging its feet. With multiple emergency response teams ready, Handyman Roofing will be by your side now when you need it the most. Knows how to get things done. Count on Handyman Roofing to get it done. Handyman Roofing to get it done.
You can watch radio being made on a daily basis at Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Hey guys, in the movie Inglourious Bastards, the 3-finger thumb, 4-finger, middle finger sign was the way that the British spies blew their cover because they used index and middle fingering.
Oh, that's right.
And the Germans had their guns pointed at them under the table because they knew they weren't German. Thought that was cool.
Yeah, that's right, dude. It's so funny. The minute you mentioned that, I knew exactly what you're talking about. I got to watch that movie again. It was damn good. I've only watched it once.
Yeah.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Welcome back. I am Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
I am.
6 o'clock keyword is bank, B-A-N-K. Again, get over to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. Bank, guys. That's it. That's your 6 o'clock keyword. Yeah, it's interesting. I saw a thing about Brad Pitt today, speaking of Inglourious Bastards. Mm-hmm. What do you think? It's interesting. There was a real, I guess he gave his girlfriend credit for changing his lifestyle. And what she changed for his lifestyle, I thought was kind of interesting considering his stature on planet Earth. Do you guys hear about this at all by any chance?
No idea what you're talking about.
Yeah. What do you think that, oh, God, it's so hard. I guess Brad Pitt had BO, that he didn't bathe very often. And he has been known in Hollywood to be a guy who doesn't really bathe that much and has like a slight aroma to him because of his infrequent bathing. And I guess his girlfriend got him to step that up and stop stanking.
Wow.
I found that a little bit odd. I mean,
Jennifer Aniston and Angelina Jolie both could not do that.
yeah.
His girlfriend did.
Yeah. Boy, I got to tell you, that is a bitter, sour divorce. That thing is still going on. They're still in court. In court today about something to do with custody and those kids. What a nightmare that situation is. One of those people is intolerable. One side of that thing is intolerable. It's either him or her, but one side of this equation is bad news because it can't be that bitter that long on both sides. So I don't know who it is, but somebody in that thing is a mess.
I'll give a little halvesies on each side.
You do?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe so. I don't know. Hey, again, we only know what we know from screen, and he looks like such a laid-back guy, but it could be a nightmare. Who knows?
And she could be an absolute diva.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
Just remember, everyone thought OJ was a nice guy.
Exactly,
yeah, that's right.
exactly.
Yeah, a number of those. All right, 407, Bill Cosby, 407-916-1041. All right, so this is a USA Today story, by the way. It says, many people are embracing this in their sex life, and it's becoming a little bit more prevalent than it has before. What do you guys think I'm talking about here? What do you think's been one of the newer implements in American bedrooms, according to this study?
Toys?
Not toys.
You said separate bedrooms.
It's not separate
That always
bedrooms.
comes up.
This is sex related for sure. Story is
role play.
No, not role play.
Costumes?
No.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more involved
Cops
than
and
that.
robbers.
Is this the one where I pick you up at the bar or you pick me up at the bar? Role playing?
This is not role playing. No.
Oh, unicorns?
I don't know what that means. Oh, you mean the fluffies or whatever it is?
Oh, the furries.
The furries, right? No, it's not furries.
Okay, yeah, that too.
Sex swing?
Not sex swing.
Doing it outside.
Not outside.
In the shower.
Not in the shower.
In public.
In the kitchen.
In the pool.
Guys, let me tell you something. I was
on the roof.
I was a little bit shocked because of this.
In the car.
This is something that's been hidden from most Americans, and I believe most Americans probably would never venture into these waters. They're a little scared of it, maybe.
Ocean.
Oh, threesomes.
BDSM.
Oh.
BDSM is becoming more and more prevalent in American bedrooms now. There are actually classes like this one out of Topanga, California, where you as a couple go in and they teach you how to use BDSM, how to become a better lover and a better partner, actually. And what do you think the number one thing is in regards to how BDSM is used in the bedroom? There's one word. And when you read this story, it actually makes perfect sense. Because what do we hear about this all the time when you hear somebody that's doing this? There's a certain kind of thing they try to paint this in, like a frame. Like
violence?
It's a certain kind of person that wants a certain thing to happen, right? When you hear about CEOs,
oh yeah,
who want to be dominated.
The whole thing from the 50 Shades of Grey, powerful men want to be reduced and told that they're scum and lick my feet.
And they liken this increase to that movie. They said because when people saw it, everybody thinks it's just rubber mask and latex and being hogtied and beaten with a cat of nine tails.
No, that's a different video subgenre, and you got to use a lot of powder.
Right, you really do. But what this is lighter stuff, and what they're using it for is this. This is how couples are applying BDSM at all levels, by the way. Everything from light spankings with that feather thing or whatever to
cat of nine tails, I think it's called.
Maybe some masks, sort of what's the ball thing you put in your
ball
mouth?
Gag.
Ball gag.
Maybe some hot wax.
Some stuff like that that's not so off the edge, but it is part of that world. But one of the reasons they're trying to do it is to, oh man, how do I explain this? To equalize the power in the bed. And I don't really know, I kind of get an idea. I think stereotypically the power role in the bedroom is probably assumed by the male as the aggressor.
Whomever's the one.
Yeah, but it can be more than
say
that.
On top, Dad?
No, but it can be more than that though, than just that. I mean, what it could be is like who says what, like who gets what, who decides what happens in the bedroom, and what they're saying is they're using this BDSM to kind of equalize that a little bit, and also they say that it's a transparency thing. That when you're trying to learn about your partner with sex, that most of the time your partner really doesn't know what you want. Because maybe you're embarrassed that person will get scared of what you're asking for, or vice versa. They'll get scared that, if I mention that, it's going to scare them off because I've never showed them this before. With these BDSM classes, what they're saying is there's a new transparency in their relationship where they're not afraid to talk about their kinks. How mild or severe they may be, there's no judgment here. And in these classes, they've learned to kind of accept, hey, this is what I like. It doesn't mean that, that I don't like it with you or any of those other things. It just means I enjoy this. This turns me on, and I would like to do this with you.
Ooh, can I be the gimp tonight? Will you put me in the wooden box with the lock on it?
It says it's a class on first things first. The first word they use is dating, power dynamics, and then, yes, of course, kinky sex serves as one of the several courses that are offered at this first ever weekend-long review. It's called Renew Dating Boot Camp, where they use mild and different levels of BDSM to get you and your partner back into the realm.
Imagine the homework.
I've never done any of this stuff. To me, like, this doesn't like turn me on. Like, I can't. It won't make me any hotter for my wife if I see her in a outfit or if I get spanked by her or vice versa. Now, I don't know if she's into it. I don't think so, because we've been together 20 years. But again, that's part of this.
Have you had the discussion with her?
We have not. We've never discussed this.
I think really that's at the crux of this, because you talk about it's happening more because of the movie or the books and then the movies, because what that does, that creates a discussion point. It's like, because you even mentioned how, one partner might be hesitant to bring it up because not knowing how the other person would feel and don't want to, that would, I might like this, and the other person, well, that's for freaks, or, you don't know, they could adversely react to something.
Surely.
Just based on upbringing or, their perception or how they feel.
Cultural norms.
Absolutely. So, sometimes that will cause people to be a little more reticent to be as open, and a class like this can bring that out into an area of the safe discussion, as well as the movie or the book.
Yeah.
And
so if you haven't talked about it, how do you know your wife isn't
I'm going to do it tonight
interested?
over some nachos.
Please. Can you record it? Because we need the webpage.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it.
BDSM, for those who don't know, bondage, discipline, sadomasochism, but it can also be bondage, discipline, slave master.
Yeah, sure can, yeah. Now, according to a study published in 2020 in the Journal of Sex Research, what percentage of people report having BDSM fantasies?
Wait, read that again.
All right. According to the Journal of Sex Research, this is a study done in 2020. What percentage of people report having BDSM fantasies? Now, it doesn't have to be anything severe, just it has to fall into the realm of BDSM. What percentage of people?
So that'd be hair pulling and light spanking.
Could be any of that, yes. Anything that falls under that umbrella. What do you think, Jack?
40%.
Nailed it.
Whoa! Dong it up, dude.
Dong it up, dude. No pun intended. 40%. 40% of Americans say that they report having BDSM fantasies, while about 20% have engaged in this type of sex. I have never done it. I've never, even a little bit, even considered doing this. No dress up stuff. No, nothing like that. Nothing like that. And I mean, not because I haven't.
You ever role play?
Oh, that's fun.
I don't.
Pick her up in a bar?
I don't think I've ever. No, I've never done that. No, never did that. Never did the role playing thing.
I mean, in the moment, not in your own environment, but you assume the personality of a different person, like someone breaking into the house. Play forcible entry. Jim?
Yeah.
Ever do anything like that?
I got to tell you, Jack. I hate learning about you.
I love it, dude.
I hate learning about
He's
you.
the station freak.
All I'm doing is asking the questions. I'm trying to find out more about you.
Right. And in turn, you're telling me a whole lot about you.
I read a lot.
Okay.
It says understanding both the man and the woman in situations like this is the key to having a thriving relationship. It says a big challenge people are having in relationships is that they may start off very equal, but somewhere along the way, they lose their power. They become either, a submissive.
Yeah.
And then they just kind of understand that they feel that maybe they're just kind of destined to be the person who does the same thing sexually all the time. We do this, it winds up like this, and then we go to sleep.
Right.
Whatever. And a large focus of the class is to kind of break that mold. And if it uses something like this as a tool, because it's kind of out of the norm of realm. I mean, theoretically, 40% say it's not.
Yeah, exactly.
But this is a way to kind of break that egg a little bit and get in there and kind of stir things up without really kind of getting into a situation that you can't really control.
Well, yeah. Definitely want to go with that safe word, right, Jack?
Yeah. It says both It says, though BDSM involves power, the dynamic is very different. By sharing their fantasies with full honesty and transparency, both partners can hold power, even if one takes on a submissive role in that particular fantasy.
Yeah, and a lot of times the person with the more power, the example given, the CEO, experiences better arousal by becoming the submissive, because it's a safe place to be submissive without it affecting your career, without it affecting your reputation, and allows you to see your partner in a light that maybe you took for granted, and maybe keeps that spark alive for just a little bit longer.
And they're saying sharing each other's vulnerabilities has proven to strengthen relationships. In other words, where you're basically just being honest and saying, hey, occasionally, could you just come up behind me and maybe just rabbit punch me in the back of my ass?
See, now we know what he likes.
Right? Or
I am never going to watch Thumper and Bambi the same way again.
Or tonight, can we play Wandering Pinky?
And who doesn't like that?
For Jack's place to play Force Entry.
You gotta take a breath to get all the words out there.
Hey, tonight, can we play Wet Palm?
That one didn't hit the same.
Should have stopped at Pinky. That's what I always say. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Interesting read if you would like to join that. It's usatoday.com. It's in their life, health, and wellness section. It's in today's paper, so go check it out.
Somebody just texted us at 77031. My husband and I have been together for 20 years, and only within the past few months realized we have both had BDSM fantasies, and we were both too shy to talk about it. Being able to be vulnerable and transparent about it has really changed our relationship so much for the better.
Well, I get my ass kicked daily by my wife. I just got to mix some sex in. All right, 407-916-1041. I'm like, hey, should I just get it out now? I mean, you're swinging. This feels like it. Is it good? All right. Everybody, come back. All right, back in a second. Let's get out of here on a Wednesday.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Cool Today Weather Center, cooltoday.com.
Hey there, Central Florida. Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Laurel Blanchard here with your Wednesday evening forecast. Going to continue to see scattered showers and thunderstorms continuing to roll from I-75 through I-4, and that's what we're going to be continuing to see through the rest of the evening. These storms going to be fizzling out a little bit later on, leaving partly cloudy skies through the overnight tonight with a low of 77. And it's July, it's Florida, it's going to be hot and humid as we take a look at your Thursday with a 50% rain chance and a high of 95.
This report is sponsored by Macy's Backstage. Shop Macy's Backstage today for amazing deals on everything you need for summer. Get low prices every day at Macy's Backstage. Find a store near you at macysbackstage.com. Off price, on trend, arriving daily.
Are your energy costs through the roof? Well, maybe it's time to replace those single-pane aluminum windows with the most energy-efficient option out there. Keep that heat outside during the summer, but keep it inside during the winter. And maybe there's too much outside noise getting inside. Well, maybe you should consider replacing older windows and doors using a laminated insulated glass that can provide as much as 100% improvement. And guys, can I tell you, that was the most shocking aspect of my window replacement with FAS windows and doors. It was unbelievably quiet inside my house. And with rebates of $100 per window and $200 per door, you can't lose. These guys even have financing, 24-month, no money down, no payment, and no interest financing is available. For a completely free in-home consultation, simply call FAS or visit them online. Trust the leader, FAS.com.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
And now another insurance story from
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Wow, I wonder how much all this costs.
Well, it can't be cheap.
Do we even have enough for our own you-know-what?
Honey, shh. I heard he bought final expense insurance through the Smart Bunny app.
The Smart Bunny app?
Like on your phone?
I know what an app is.
For the love of all things decent, be quiet.
Get up to $25,000 of lifelong coverage for funeral expenses, debts, and other needs for as little as $14 a month. And no medical exam is required. So hop on the Smart Bunny app now and grab some final expense insurance.
Honey, are you buying the insurance, like, right now?
Time is precious.
So true.
Smart Bunny Insurance.
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Your insurance super app. Insurance is sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services and underwritten by various companies. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
Here's how to avoid a top mistake in divorce. Text messages and social media posts can wind up in front of a judge. Act accordingly. Don't post like a fool. Divorce? Trenley Kramer Law. TK Law. OneFirmForLife.com.
Create the perfect backyard this summer with Tools Ace Hardware. Tools Ace Hardware carries the best brands in outdoor cooking like Big Green Egg, Weber, Napoleon, Uni, Gosney, Rectech, and more. Tools also carries Polywood outdoor furniture made from durable recycled plastic that will last for years and won't fade. Tools has Adirondack chairs, rocking chairs, seating, and dining sets in stock and can special order any item quickly. Get free assembly and local delivery on any grill or patio furniture purchase $3.99 and up. Tools Ace has 13 convenient locations in Central Florida, or you can shop online at acehardware.com for free in-store pickup or delivery. It's Tools Ace, the backyard place.
Wow. Biden's at it again.
Inflation, rising costs for everything. What now?
Try big government control of our Medicare drug benefit.
The more I hear, the more it seems we can't afford Biden's Medicare agenda.
They're right. And it's because seniors are already feeling the pain of Biden's drug coverage changes, with almost 2 million forced from their plans and spiked premiums for nearly 5 million more. Now, Congress wants to expand the Biden Medicare agenda even more. But studies show Biden's plan will restrict access, shrink coverage, and limit availability of needed drugs for all seniors. Thankfully, Senator Rick Scott is a champion for Medicare drug coverage. Call him at 202-224-3121. Urge him to stop Biden's radical Medicare changes by opposing S 1246 now. Paid for by Seniors for Better Care.
Boss, did you know Safe Touch Security is the home of the 45-second or less guaranteed response?
Of course, it's just one of the reasons why I hate Safe Touch.
For a limited time, save up to 50% on select security systems. Call 888-723-8682 or go to safetouch.com. State license EF 2000-1945.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Look ahead with the team at TK Law to plan your family's future. Visit onefirmforlife.com.
Stay tuned to the Jim Colbert Show as we demonstrate our attitude of gratitude. Our thank you segment is sponsored by Life Imaging FLA. Now open. Call pound 250 keyword heart scan. You probably don't know this or care, but we have web goals. So go to JimColbertLive.com and look at stuff.
You guys are just realizing that all the smut that the girls are reading is the reason why BDSM is going up.
Smut, he says. Wow.
Yeah.
But he's a hoot.
I bet. Lots of girlfriends say so.
All right, 407-916-1041. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb is here.
There's no doubt about it.
Jack is here as well.
Smut. I can't be a part of.
I'm with him. I think it's smut too, buddy. Jack Poker Tournament is up. Today is the first day we opened up the lines to get tickets. August 17th, right there at the Orlando Science Center. Tons of people out there, the entire Real Radio staff.
Yeah, sales are hot. We sold out in 3 days last year. We are pacing towards that again, so it's very exciting. I'll get the update tomorrow morning. I'm looking forward to it. Presented again by JustCallMo.com. Moses DeWitt, and 18th year, I believe we're doing it. The first one was in 2005. Shout out to that mortgage guy, Don. He is, again, sponsoring the Home Loans Radio Casino. So it's a Texas Hold'em night. We do a Texas Hold'em tournament, but also there's craps, roulette, blackjack happening in the Home Loans Radio Casino. We'll have silent auction items. We'll have a raffle as well, and we will have food provided by the Hard Rock Cafe.
And they kill it.
They do.
They kill it.
So excited to bring them on board last year. It was
I could have eaten 2 pans of that mac and cheese myself.
Perfect marriage, and I'm so glad to have him back. So shout out to our buddy LT and the crew over there at the Hard Rock Cafe. Fun planners in the Orlando Science Center. It's such a great venue. I'm so happy we found this space to do this tournament. Every year, look forward to it, and this year will be no different. Whole staff of Real Radio will be playing cards, and many area celebrities, including Jenny from Roomba, Amy Caulfield from Fox 35, Brandon from across the hall.
The Broiler!
The BK Broiler.
That's right, he'll be there. D. Strong, Greg Warmoth.
Yeah.
Tommy Sorrells, who just retired. Maybe say bye to Tom.
Yep. Amy Sweezy.
Detective Bob Fryer. Eddie the Shaman.
Yeah.
From back in the day. You know, so
Dan
a
Stone.
lot of people going to be there. realradio.fm/poker. Get all the info you want. Get your tickets. And you can buy casino pass tickets without buying a poker tournament. A lot of people are like, I don't know how to play poker. Well, you can still come out. If you buy the casino pass, not only do you get the casino, get into the event and hang out, meet all the people, you also get to be involved with their silent auction, which is awesome. And you get the food.
Absolutely. And proceeds benefit the Mustard Seed of Central Florida. Great cause. They've, it's been for them this entire time we've been doing it. And I think, legally obligated to say, also appearing will be two-time defending champ John Bustecker.
I'm done with that. We'll have to put an end to that this year.
Bounty? Do we need a bounty on him?
Yeah. It didn't matter. And by the way, the year that Don won it, he put me out that year.
Yeah.
And I think Bustecker put me out the year he won as well.
Yeah.
Didn't he put you out last year, too?
I think I got mega revenge on my mind. I may rebuy until I float that skinny SOB.
That, or we know the person who puts you out will most likely win the tournament.
Oh, God. Don't get at my table for sure.
All right, Big T.
All right, Deb,
We're
let's do
calling
it.
on you.
You heard it here first. Let's go.
It's time for You Heard It Here First on The Jim Colbert Show.
President Biden has tested positive for COVID.
He's having a hell of a couple of weeks.
They're going to get this guy out of there one way or the other, Jack.
He was scheduled to give a speech this afternoon in Las Vegas when the head of the Latino advocacy group, Unidos US, announced it was canceled.
The president has been at many events, as we all know, and he just tested positive for COVID.
The White House says Biden is vaccinated and boosted, and he's experiencing mild symptoms.
Think about it. If we were willing as a people to give the Native Americans smallpox or, right, in blankets.
Yeah, not to mention the African-American soldiers.
Oh, yeah. Syphilis.
Yeah.
The statement goes on to say that he will be returning to Delaware where he will self-isolate. The White House adds that it will provide regular updates on the president's status as he, quote, continues to carry out the full duties of the office while in isolation, end quote.
Someone coughed on him.
Yeah.
New Jersey Senator Bob Menendez is telling allies he will resign after being found guilty in his federal corruption trial. NBC News is reporting Menendez made the decision following the verdict on Wednesday. The veteran Democrat accepted cash and gold bars in exchange for official favors involving two New Jersey businessmen. Menendez was found guilty of bribery, extortion, and wire fraud and could face decades in prison when he's sentenced on October 29th.
Someone should give him COVID.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Have the president cough on him.
Yeah, please.
And then,
get him, Joe.
This is a really cool story. The increasingly popular WNBA is inking a new media rights deal.
Oh, man. It was a matter of time.
The Athletic is reporting that the league is set to receive around $2.2 billion over the next 11 years in rights fees from its new deals. Now, that means that the WNBA will be bringing in an average of $200 million per season, and that means they'll be able to make as much as 6 times the amount of its current contracts. The national media rights agreements are with ESPN, NBC, and Amazon, which will each have their own WNBA packages. The league's current media deals will expire following the 2025 season. I mean, it was just today I saw Shaquille O'Neal, saying, "Forget it, screw the boy. I'm not watching the boys. I'm watching the girls."
By the way, this has not slowed down. Still gets top of the line media coverage. The stories are still out there.
Yeah.
This thing is still going. Juice everywhere. These games are still selling quite well. So it looks like maybe this thing has come to stay for a little bit. And it was just a matter of time before they got a big media package. It's just too much juice around it not to pay attention to.
Well, it's nice to have seen it come sooner rather than later.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you've heard it here first on the Jim Colbert Show.
Thank you so much, Deb. Who do we have to thank today?
Whew, my work here is never done, man.
It's not. No.
Kathy Burns, Rodney Purvis, and Jacob, the French bulldog.
Oh, they were awesome today.
They were from the Pet Alliance of Greater Orlando. The Animal House podcast has already been posted, just in case you missed it. Also want to thank Orlando Sentinel columnist Scott Maxwell. You know him as Sweet Heat, the Truth Dragon. And last but never least, Sam Bowen and Candace Rich for running our YouTube chat.
Also our boy Ross Padgett, too.
And Ross Padgett.
How could you forget him?
I never forget
Out of sight,
him.
out of mind, I guess.
No, I
Deb?
do my list earlier.
Yeah, that's right. I'll let him know.
I'm just going to let you do
I'll
the...
let him know
no,
that
I'll let you do the list from now
just
on.
Let him
I
know
think
that
that's
you forgot him. I mean, I'll tell him tonight when I go. Chuck, we have a question of the day.
It's a little weird.
Is the question of the day, can Deb remember that Ross was on the show? Is that the question of the day?
I'm more concerning, not that Deb forgot that Ross was on the show, that Deb forgot anything. Right,
No
concerns
joke,
me.
man.
I think we need to, let's schedule a checkup. Should the Supreme Court justices have term limits? It's a question that we put in our YouTube chat in advance of maybe something we're talking about tomorrow. Where do you think it comes in?
I think a lot of people think that's probably the case. I would say probably 85% of the people say that it's...
way off 90%.
Yeah.
Wow.
90, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you could probably make a good case for that for sure. All right, and we may be talking about that tomorrow as well. All right, well, let's get the hell out of here. More opportunities for you to win money tomorrow. Of course, we'll have Danny Meyering in. We'll also have Colbert Court tomorrow, so big show coming up. 4 more opportunities for you to win that dough, and of course, more of your calls, text, and talkbacks. On behalf of Deb and Jack, I am Jim. We follow the News Junkie. They follow the monsters in the morning. After us, it's Tom and Deb with the Corporate Time. Good Sauce with Joel and Ross. And, of course, we'll see you tomorrow at 3 for more of the Jim Colbert Show. Until then, have yourself a fantastic Wednesday evening.
Love you, Ross. Bye.
No, you don't.
More than you do.
Yeah, right. Whatever.
A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan is coming up next on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law